Hi, this is Deadman. If you're watching this video, I assume you're old enough to see gore, violence, swearing, and general adult content. If you aren't old enough, come back with some ID.
Or a fake one.
Ugh. Spike Chunsoft and their hilarious logo is a win. I love the title screen. The vocal track is appropriately a bit dreary with the rest of the music being melancholic. It's all topped off with a trippy visualizer in the background. I also love the settings are laid out like a questionnaire. Games using unique things for menu options are always cool. The camera zooming in and swirling around with a hell of a track is an excellent way to start the game off. Panning up to a woman missing her left eye is also a hell of a way to start the game. Each day has its own title card, and that's pretty cool. There are also title cards letting you know the place, date, and time of where you're at, giving you a good idea at all times where you are, and since this is a visual novel that spans over a city, I really like this way of storytelling. While you're investigating, it's all done from a first-person viewpoint, which I find to be great to really be inside Date's head. I love the look of the 3D models and how expressive they are. Date being a detective means he will naturally have case files. Fun fact about IBA is under the likes section is a binary code. If you translate it, it comes out to Date, giving some slight foreshadowing for certain code later on. Also, it's in the file, so no matter how IBA tries to tell you otherwise, she really does care for Date.
Are you serious? You're Special Agent Kaname Date. You're a member of Abyss, and that means you answer to me. I called you here to inspect the scene, Date.
This works as a hilarious meta joke in-game due to the events that will be explained later, as well as bringing the player up to speed.
A horse from the merry-go-round. It looks like it's skewered.
This is not a message from the criminal. The park was already in this state before the crime.
Be that as it may, it's still creepy and a bit foreboding.
It's Kagami, sir. Kagami. Are you serious? It's Kagami!
A hilarious running gag is asking this guy for his name every time you see him.
Yes, sir.
Damned if I can remember what it is, though.
Hey, whoever's in there, stay back!
I'm seriously digging the near-future tech that's showcased here.
Mizuki!
Spoiler alert, it wasn't Mizuki, but in the beginning, it's a great mystery as to how and why this kid could have done something so horrific. Diving into the Somnium always looks cool.
Where do I even start with this?
The game lets you know immediately not to take it too seriously, and this also makes for a hell of an entrance for IBA.
I know that voice. Aiba?
Indeed.
Why do you look like a fluorescent shrimp?
What are you talking about? I must look so cute that you've lost your mind.
So, There's a lot of dumb great moments like this. Kotaro Uchikoshi is so great at blending horror themes, comedy, tragedy, and drama, just making you run the gambit of emotions from one scene to the next. So, in light of that, for this video I'm introducing a new counter, one that keeps track of all the stupidly great moments like this. I love that we go from a woman who's been stabbed and had her eye gouged out to, well, this.
Somnium scan! Activate! Got it.
Got what?
I have completed a scan of your somnium, your dream world.
Each time you enter Somnium, you perform a scan that lets you know approximately what needs to be done in order to complete it. You'll need to bypass all the mental locks for you to find the truth.
So I just need to turn on all the lights and open the door? Shouldn't be too hard.
Don't be so sure. Appearances in this world can be deceiving.
Because you're in Somnium, or your dream, logic doesn't always work, meaning you have to think outside the box sometimes.
I see. So I can do whatever I want with you in this world.
Well, I suppose that is true, but...
Also, Date is a huge perv, and it's pretty hilarious.
I'd rather you not disturb my precious sleep.
Shut up and listen.
Aiba takes no shit from Date, and I love it.
Harder, you gotta smell it harder.
What? Okay.
Amazing suction! Bravo! Marvelous!
Leave it to me. It is dark. I cannot see anything.
I see a dumb AI and a skeleton.
Does the occult interest you, Date?
The truth is out there.
X-Files reference.
It won't move.
It must mean I don't flinch. I hold my ground like a mountain.
I interpret it more as your irritating personality spreading like pollen in the wind.
The tears won't stop. Must be allergies.
Hello, my name is Aiba. What is your name? How are you? I am currently 92% charged and feeling well. Hey, don't ignore me. Stupid, bony man. Your mother is a stupid, bony girl. Bony, bony, bony! My disappointment is immeasurable.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
What?
You can find hidden items in Somnium, as well as complete Somnium with time remaining to unlock concept art.
Do you think something this size would fit?
Might fit if you work it in a little. Try just the tip.
Something cool about watching footage back or replaying a game is seeing just how much foreshadowing there is to later plot points. Each time you launch the game, you get a flash of events that have happened so far.
Where do you think you are, Agent?
Metro Police Building in Kasumigaseki, Chiyoda District, Tokyo.
Underground. We're 6 stories underground.
Yeah, what about it?
No windows. It's suffocating in here. Dark and dreary all the time. So, I try to make my office colorful, liven things up a little. It's like a party, right? I want it to feel fun in here.
Boss's office is filled to the brim with random knickknacks to help combat the depression of being underground, and I like that little detail.
Look, it was a slip of the tongue, okay? Shouldn't have said anything.
That just makes me want to know even more.
That case has nothing to do with this one.
But it might. Last night you said this could be a copycat crime.
Yes, that's my point. It might be a copycat killer, but it can't be the same killer. That's impossible. Literally impossible. So it's not necessary for you to know about past cases. It would only cloud your judgment.
She's mostly correct.
You keep prying into this, and I'll hit you with a sexual harassment complaint.
This isn't harassment or sexual.
I can make it sexual.
It appears you wouldn't have an issue with that. I can detect your thoughts, remember?
Thank you for your input, Iva.
Well then, that's certainly not something you see every day.
Aren't I? I receive that compliment frequently.
She is pretty cute, isn't she?
Date, look! Ants! Look at them go! Yay!
Iva is obsessed with insects, and her fangirling over them never ceases to amuse.
Ota's PC is connected to the internet via Wi-Fi.
And?
I was curious, so I hacked into it.
That's a handy tool to have.
Ota is insulting Aset and defending her all by himself. This is what's known as a straw man sock puppet, or false flagging.
This kid is pathetic.
I couldn't agree more. Ota has his moments, but he mostly sucks.
That you're sock puppeting for her on Twitter.
I always find it hilarious when there's a distinct difference between branding, but there's enough there that you know exactly what's being talked about.
Ota always defends me when I'm getting bashed online.
Yeah, but he's the one trashing you to begin with?
Clearly Ota is doing that on purpose.
Oh. That's bad, right?
Yes. Not only bad, but underhanded. He's a black belt in simping.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's about those posts on Twitter.
Wait!
Huh. Looks like you're my thrall now. Isn't that right, Ota?
Yeah, just be cool.
Let me confirm something. You're Aset, right?
Let's play a game. Shadows!
Thread? Silhouette? Aset!
Fears!
Upset? Regret? Aset!
Water!
Wet? Sweat? Aset!
Yay! Aset, you bet!
The magnetic currents in the atmosphere are clearly causing aberrant behavior. We should leave. At once.
I turned 18 this year.
A senior in high school?
Yep.
Date, I recommend you keep your hands to yourself.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna make a move.
What?
Oh, I meant Ota.
Wait, you were gonna make a move on me?
Date occasionally forgets to speak to Iva in his mind and says things out loud. Sometimes he recovers well, and others not so well.
Ota, take a video.
Huh?
Just do it. Mr. Date! Please, Mr. Date! You can't leave me!
What?
I can't imagine life without you!
What are you doing?
Oh, that's dirty. But effective, and in the long run, it was kinda necessary to finish up the story, so a win for blackmail?
If that video went viral, I think you'd be in trouble too.
It's okay,
It is?
because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
What?
Buddy! Shit just went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick!
I love how the AI site changes information on the screen, such as flashing back to a prior scene, or posting information for you to see, in case you're having a hard time keeping up with all of them.
A black and white bear? I'm not gonna be punished, am I?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just thinking about a game I like.
Danganronpa reference.
I remember Ota describing the scene. He said there was an ice pick stabbed into the corpse's left eye socket. Horus? Providence? Left eye? There has to be some kind of meaning to this.
Wait, what did you just say?
What?
The ice pick was inside the victim's left eye socket?
Yeah?
Ota told you that? He's sure that's what he saw.
Yeah. Why?
When we arrived at the scene, the ice pick was not in the victim's eye socket.
Damn, who would have thought bringing an e-girl along would actually help with the investigation?
Date, a riddle. How do you put a giraffe in a refrigerator?
What?
The solution is this. You open the door, put the giraffe in, and close the door.
What kind of a riddle is that?
Another riddle. How do you put an elephant in the refrigerator?
Isn't it the same answer? Open the door, put it in, close the door.
Incorrect. The giraffe is already inside. You must remove the giraffe before you put the elephant inside.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good joke, and you know the rule. If it makes me laugh, it's a win. Honestly, having your AI companion charging in your steering wheel while you drive is kind of awesome. I like the small detail of having Date's head move in the picture when you look around.
Was it okay for you to bring her here?
I got permission from the hospital. Apparently, the hospital director has been poking a few of the nurses. So I asked him about that, and all of a sudden he seemed very open to the idea.
That's not permission, it's blackmail.
Same thing.
Advanced Brain Investigation Squad. We explore the human mind with state-of-the-art technology and research. There are a billion kinds of suspects and persons of interest out there. People that lie, people that don't say anything. People that have head injuries, or some that have deep mental wounds that keep them from talking. So, how do we get clues from these people? We have to get inside their heads. The truth is in their minds. Our job is to find it.
That's a really cool idea to have, and one of those reasons I always like the near-future settings. Something like this doesn't seem so far-fetched like it couldn't happen, but it's also far enough away that we certainly don't have the technology. A+ for the amazing idea.
Remember, Date, you have only 6 minutes in the Somnium world. Any longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed by the subjects.
Yeah, I know.
Foreshadowing for the major reveal.
What was that?
Nothing. I was merely trying to enter the scene like a cybernetic assassin from the future.
Terminator reference.
Well, if you're trying to do that, you'd have to do it naked.
Date does bring up a valid point.
It keeps going. What is this?
Dream logic is kind of funny like that. It also makes for some interesting set pieces and scenes.
Stop. Stop it already!
I see 2 bird cages.
I'll get into it a bit later, but there are plenty of routes to take in the game, with all of them being needed to find the final route and the true ending to the game. You can deviate from the routes at certain points in Somnium because... reasons. Fun fact, there is no wrong ending. They're all technically valid. It all has to do with the choices that you make that lead you down the path, and I think that's pretty beautiful, honestly. That's ominous. Also a piece to the overarching puzzle.
Are you okay?
Date.
You even helped cure Mizuki's muteness.
Hey, Pewter. When we were in Somnium earlier, Aiba was in human form. She's never looked like that before.
That was Aiba's idea.
What?
I thought you would be more pleased. I designed it to your taste.
What part of that was my taste?
I know everything inside your mind. You don't have to hide it.
Pewter, Aiba's broken. She's talking crazy.
I am not broken.
Perhaps Aiba admires the human form.
It's not that. It was just a little something. I consider Kaname Date to be my host. I owe him gratitude. I simply thought that appearance would make him happy.
Aw, Aiba's a little AI tsundere.
What do you care? You never cared about me ever. And I liked it that way. I don't want you getting close to me. You think I like you now because I hugged you after the sink? Did you think, aw, how sweet, she likes me? Don't get it twisted. I only hugged you because you were standing right in front of me. Could have been anything. Could have been a pole or a cactus. In fact, I wish it were a cactus. So stop worrying about me, okay?
So she says.
It genuinely hurts to hear Mizuki say these things, but she's a child of divorce. She saw her mother's brutally murdered corpse with her own 2 eyes, and honestly, neither of her parents are very good to her. Oh, and she's only 12 with all of this happening. She's had it rough and just doesn't want to be hurt anymore.
Can't be.
Holy crap, Mizuki just cannot get a break. I feel like the poor girl is going to be in therapy forever.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
Pewter is joking, but he's also technically correct. Sort of.
Hey, Date, what would happen if I grabbed the wheel and spun it super hard?
We would spend the rest of our very short time together thinking about how stupid that was.
Hey, Date, why do they call it a dashboard?
Because it makes the car go faster.
Uh-huh. And why do they call it a tachometer?
It measures how many tacos worth of revolutions the wheels spin. Because a tortilla is round. Obviously.
Seems legit.
I'm taking you back.
No, don't! Nothing will change if I stay at the hospital all day. You're going to investigate, right? Take me with you, I can help!
Something I love about Mizuki is no matter how bad her situation is, she's always willing to help others, and she's incredibly strong-willed.
Doesn't look like you're worried. You're just weird.
You've always got something smart to say, huh? You're just like Renju.
Date.
What about Daddy?
Nothing.
You have no tact, do you? This is why you're single and always will be.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo. I look like a single father when you're around. Chicks love it.
Yeah, chicks love to see creepy old men hanging out with a 6th grader.
Hey, what are you implying?
Ooh, did I make you mad? Now I'm stuck in a car with an angry old creepy pervert.
I am not an old creepy pervert. And even if you were my age, you're not my type.
Ew, I don't want to know about your type.
Hey, you started it.
Stupid old man.
Punk-ass kid.
I told you, it's Kagami! I told you my name like 5 times!
Asking Kagero multiple times what his name is causes him to freak out, and it's hilarious.
Hey you, what's your name?
Seriously? It's Kagami. Stop bugging him, it's rude.
Excuse you? My best friend, Kagami and I are having a conversation.
Yeah, don't spoil our fun.
Glad to know Kakaguri has fun with the joke at the expense of Mizuki.
Hey Date, why do beer ads always have girls in bikinis in them?
Because they make you thirsty.
Damn, that's clever.
Yeah, I got his number.
The receptionist is delightfully ditzy.
Think.
Brain blast! Date, a porno mag at your feet.
What?
Super speed via the idea of a porno mag is the most hilarious superpower in existence. Dumb shit like this is why I love this game so much.
Hey! Did you just shoot at me? Whoa, wait a minute!
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
During each route, you also get an interrogation scene where you try to line up the evidence/intel you've gathered so far to piece together what's happening.
Fixing it by hitting it is an old-fashioned approach.
Well, this is an old-fashioned object, so...
Percussive maintenance.
Understood. What was that? That was creepy.
I nearly pissed my pants.
Coupled with the music playing, yeah, I don't blame Date one bit. This whole Somnium is ultra creepy.
Do you wish for me to die?
No, I do not.
But why must I commit seppuku?
In this foreign land, I believed it to be the only course of action.
I refuse.
Do you wish to speak a haiku in your final breath?
Your samurai impression is ridiculous and inaccurate. Stop that! Is this Somnium starting to get to you, Date?
I'm my usual self.
That's the problem. But in any case, I will not do it.
Date, will you do me a favor?
What?
There's a picture on the counter, right?
Yeah, and?
I want you to take a good look at it.
The photo.
Yes, the photo.
Damn, Date, you dumb. That's the oldest trick in the book.
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video. I sent the address to Iba.
Iris!
Well, that ain't good.
Hey, Mizuki, could you take a break? I want to ask you something.
Mizuki is, like, really strong, and there's not an explicit reason for it. It's just so out there that it's hilarious. The only thing that's said is that maybe her grandpa was raised by dolphins, and that still explains nothing. Either way, it's hilarious and great, so it gets a win.
Where's the officer who dropped you off?
I told her to go home. I said I would call her to check in.
Okay.
Why are you disappointed? Did you want to meet her?
It's not like that.
You wanted to see her boobs? I thought you were more into small boobs, pervert.
I like big boobs too.
I suppose you are what they call a tit man.
But you're so messy. Does that mean you can't fight?
Hark. The blowing of the wind through the trees.
You can't just say something cool to avoid my question.
Sure you can.
Mizuki, do you know how to win any fight against any opponent?
Don't get in a fight in the first place?
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Can you please take me with you? As long as I have Wi-Fi, I don't need anything else.
Sorry, we can't have pets.
Cold-hearted old man.
Iris is about to be...
Stop right there! The heavens call. The earth cries out. The crowds roar. All calling on me to strike back against evil. Hold on, Tessa. I will save you. Yeah! I will protect Tessa!
Figures in Ota's Somnium, he makes himself out to be more heroic than he actually is.
What? Sortie?
This is Ota's world, right? Your role in this dream is to assist Ota in his fight against the polar bear.
Lousy Ota. Thanks to him, my image as a cool intellectual has been destroyed. All systems green. Synchronization rate, 6%. Now, cargo handling car, forklift, sortie! Date, our broadcast is coming to an end.
Our broadcast?
What will happen to our hero? Tune in next week to find out!
There is no next week. Damn it!
As far as bad endings go, this one's pretty hilarious.
The orthodox method. Understood. Huh? Ow. Are you laughing at me?
No, not at all. What the?
Date, destroy the vase!
Got it. Sojima?
Well, shit, that took a turn.
Are you really surprised at this point?
I mean, yes, and also no. I'm very confused right now.
Date, there are still many loose ends in this investigation.
When you reach the end of a route, you can choose a new route to take, unraveling more of the mystery that's abound.
Tessa! What's wrong? Did something happen?
No, everything's fine.
Okay, let's go.
Ota.
Hey, what's this?
Iris has the kitchen knife?
Here's one of the hooks to get you to keep playing to figure out the mystery. Why does Iris have the kitchen knife? Tune in to one of the different routes to find out.
More thorough autopsy results of Renju's body have revealed something. An object in his intestines.
An object?
A clump of organic matter. Because it was partially digested, it took significant time to analyze.
Well, what was it?
Shoko Nadami's eyeball.
Yet another what the fuck twist that won't be completely revealed until later on. You have an entire corkboard presentation where you can hop around the different routes and days.
Ota, let me ask you something. When you were fighting the polar bear back at the warehouse, did the crane hook get stuck on the polar bear's leg?
Now that you mention it, maybe it did.
Another neat aspect of the routes is different things can happen in reality depending on what went on in Somnium. It really lends to the alternate reality motif that goes on in the story.
Date, don't you know how I feel? My parents are dead. I saw their bodies with my own eyes. If I don't do something, I'm going to go crazy. Date, please.
There's not a lot of times Mizuki is vulnerable, but it's really sweet and sad when she is. As tough as she is, she's just a little girl who brutally lost both of her parents, and even though they weren't close, it still leaves an empty space. So naturally, she wants to help find who's done this to her. The beauty of these different routes is on top of doing your normal investigation, you get these great character moments that help define them and flesh them out, and really get attached to them.
A family is a perfectly ordinary relationship in the most ordinary way.
Huh?
Like, you say, I'm home, and you get a welcome home back. Doing those ordinary things automatically, without even thinking about it, is what a family is. That's why maybe me and Mom and Daddy weren't able to be a family. Our whole lives, we never could be ordinary.
Some wisdom sprinkled with sorrow. That sums Mizuki up perfectly.
Even if I tried my hardest to be normal, it would just be awkward.
Samesies.
Our child is abnormal.
Abnormal?
Ever since she was a baby, no child should cry at night as much as she did. No child should dislike buggy rides that much. No child should ask to be picked up and hugged all the time. She's still abnormal even now. Other children would have learned to clean up after themselves by now. They would be studying, going to bed on time, waking up on time. Yet why is my little girl?
Holy shit, Shoko is a terrible parent.
She sounds like a normal kid to me. Maybe the problem isn't with Mizuki. Maybe it's you.
Got him! You tell her, Date!
You need to chill.
You need to get better jokes.
No, he doesn't. Dad tier jokes are the best.
Let's go to Atami.
Okay.
One of the few bad endings you can get sees you gallivanting off with the receptionist.
It is a good thing Iris was saved, but he's still irritating.
Even more irritating than seeing cosplay in public.
The case is still as fresh as a young man's juices.
Mama is hilariously inappropriate.
Oh, don't worry, sweetie. I only really want to eat men.
Hey, Mizuki. What's inside that backpack you always have on you?
Why?
I'm just curious.
Well, water, dehydrated bread, chocolate, biscuits, a flashlight, a hand charger, Swiss Army knife, a candle, matches, triangular badges, a first aid kit, whistle, portable toilet, a plastic bag, duct tape, a grenade, a magnet, disposable hand warmers.
Do you have an entire disaster relief kit in your bag?
Better safe than sorry. I'm ready for anything.
Mizuki follows the stay strapped or get clapped rules for survival.
No, I am.
You sure? You still look a little scared.
A little.
Wah!
Haha, scaredy cat.
Laughing at me.
Yeah, because it was funny.
I'm going to expose your browser history.
What?
No, not at all. I see gay people on TV all the time, so it's not weird to me. The LGBT community is rich in sensibility, has excellent taste, and is full of talented artistic people. And they share a common struggle. It makes them more sensitive and capable of sympathy. That's why so many of them are kind and caring. And they choose how to live their lives on their own terms. It means they have a strong backbone. So because of all that, I really respect them. They're even kind of cool. And that means you too, Mama.
So, this is a little forced, but it's as good of a segue for it as any. The Somnium Files has a few LGBTQ plus characters with 3 confirmed. Mama, Renju, and Pewter. Something I always love to see is inclusion without making a big fuss over it. The game doesn't avoid stereotypes, but allows a bit of flair that makes the character's personality feel natural. Mama identifies as non-binary with she/her pronouns, but that's not the only important thing to her character. On the flip side, Renju and Pewter don't adhere to traditional stereotypes, and you'll only notice if you pay attention. They are just living their lives and doing what they do.
If I take the call, Mizuki might ask questions.
Are you talking to yourself again? Do you need to go to the hospital?
Perfect Mizuki impression.
Why do you care about some cigarettes?
I need them for the investigation of the new Cyclops serial killings.
I see. Just last morning, I heard there was a new victim. I didn't watch it, but I heard something about it being streamed online.
Poor girl got one of her eyes cut out.
I know that, idiot.
Sorry.
And you're here for the investigation?
Yes.
So if I cooperate, you'll help you arrest this guy?
Correct.
All right. Look around as much as you want.
Huh?
That was easy.
Here's some foreshadowing for Moma's hilarious obsession with ASET.
I hope this won't be trouble.
Trouble?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Boss is referring to trouble from So Sajima, and knowing what I know about the endgame, I'm loving the bits of foreshadowing sprinkled in.
Are you okay?
That
idiot! Pull it off more gently! You're late, by the way! I was about to suffocate, just so you know! This is so typical! You're never there when you need to be! Just like 6 months ago, I was about to miss the bus and you...
Actually, stay like that for a while.
Even in a tense situation, Mizuki is still a bit of a brat, giving us this comedic gold.
I'm not hurt. My mouth stings a little. Thanks to you ripping the tape off my face. If I get fat lips from this, I'm gonna make you pay for cosmetic surgery.
Don't girls want bigger lips, though?
The doorbell rang and they said they were delivery men. I thought you had bought another one of your weird videos or something, so I opened the door. And they sprayed me with tear gas.
Did you see their faces?
No, they were all wearing masks.
It is probable that they are working for So. They may be his bodyguards or hired thugs.
It just makes me so mad. If they didn't get the jump on me, I would have... Pow! Bang! Bam! Wham!
Mizuki, I have just one thing to say. Never in my life have I bought any weird videos.
That's what you wanted to say?
So's bodyguards will be armed. It might get messy.
Bring it. I'll put them in the ground.
Mizuki is combat ready.
Don't kill them. We need him alive, and I need you to stay safe. Can you do that?
Always.
Always?
Occasionally.
Knowing your partner in crime.
I've always wanted to see this line. Nice punch.
Well, let me use a line too. This is the end for you, chump.
Ah, damn it. His is better.
Easy.
Mizuki is a badass. Also, Mizuki to the rescue. I find it hilarious that So's bodyguards all have the same model. Is there a buff bald guy that works for a politician warehouse that I should know about? I'm just wondering how you come back from, I got the shit kicked out of me by a 12-year-old with a pipe while armed with a freaking gun.
Whoa! Porno mag!
Huh? Where'd the porn go?
No, not Date! How will we finish up the other routes without him?
We go through this every time. He's not dead and you know it. Why are you hamming it up?
It's a little thing called showmanship, you uncultured swine.
By the way, do you like fireworks? Let me show you the most beautiful firework you'll ever see.
Some hinting drop that it isn't so, but that will be revealed a bit later.
How do you like these fireworks?
What?
Date's alive! Also, badass one-liner.
Date has an artificial eyeball called an AI ball in his left eye socket. That's exactly where So shot him. So it acted like a kind of shield. Because of that, the bullet didn't go through his brain. It saved Date's life.
That's anime as fuck, and I love it.
Okay, since we're alone, I'll be honest with you. Earlier, Boss said that you were like a hero, right? I think so too. Deep down, you're a hero to me. You raised me since I was 8. Even when times were hard or you were depressed, you were there for me. The past few days, too. After Mom and Daddy, I was trying to act like it didn't bother me, but really, I was just holding it inside. staying quiet, pushing my feelings down. And I just took it. I forced myself to be happy. But inside, it hurt so bad. Like I wanted to die. Sad and afraid and alone. My heart was about to break. But because you were there, I was able to fight it. You being there helped me be myself. But if you're gone, Date,
Even when Mizuki acts tough, when it comes down to it, she really appreciates and cares for Date since he's been her foster father for the last 6 years.
Date, wake up.
Taking up the role when both of her parents suck hard and couldn't be bothered with her. Seeing her distraught like this with Date in a coma is a genuinely sweet moment.
This is my house, but it's in black and white. Is this what's inside Date's heart?
To drive that point further, Mizuki syncs with Date to try to bring him out of his coma since they share a close bond.
Hey! Respect the badge! Yup. Just testing what would happen. Not playing around or anything.
I wish that Mizuki grows up healthy and happy.
Not that it's been put into much question, but it's nice seeing that Date's true thoughts are kind towards Mizuki, and he really wants what's best for her.
Date, wake up! Everyone is worried about you!
You shouldn't come to me. Go be with your parents.
But he is racked with doubt too. He feels like he's not fit to be a father to Mizuki, and even though her parents are horrible, she'd be better off with them.
Welcome home, Date.
Yeah, I'm home.
While not all routes clear up what's going on in the case, I do like that characters get time to be fleshed out, even if it doesn't make a satisfying ending. Good thing there's still more to be played. Forgot to mention in the previous route, but damn, the song used in the closing credits is a certified banger!
The case has been settled. So Sejima was confirmed to be the new Cyclops killer. No crimes similar to the MO of the Cyclops killer have been reported since Sejima died.
I mean, that's half right.
Date, you're a total tsundere.
A tsundere, one who appears cold or hostile initially, but eventually shows a warm or friendly side. That describes Date perfectly.
Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black?
What I saw during the sync earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Just a little bit more breadcrumbs that leads to the final truth.
But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
Damn it, I know it's a different route, but I can't believe Date fell for that twice. Holy shit, this got dark and I was not expecting that. Fuck it, have a double dose of dark. The fun thing about Falco's story of a cop that used his own methods to take out the trash with his own sense of justice is it's a backstory of a familiar character.
He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps. Footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking.
Well, that's one way of doing it.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please. You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them. Should be simple, no?
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine. And her daughter. She had just turned 12.
Ooh, that's dirty.
Well, he was a Yakuza boss.
You have a point, but still.
Sup?
No, not sup. Why are you sleeping on the job?
Because I want to, obviously.
Why are you getting mad at me?
Yeah, this rug feels so good on my skin, yeah?
Why are you suddenly a cat?
Playtime's over. Let's begin. It stopped.
Ah yes, the old stare at the phone and maybe they'll quit calling technique. It's an ancient technique, most effective.
What?
I told you to wear it.
Wear it? Alright, here I go.
Are you okay?
I am fine, actually. In fact, I feel as though my defense has risen.
I'm a little worried about your head.
Why? My head is thoroughly protected.
Making this even more hilarious, you walk around with the pot on your head for the rest of the Somnium.
Jump in, you say.
Jump in, Iba!
You do not have to shout.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know why I listen to you. What is that?
It's an eye.
Date, what are we going to do?
This alone has made me swear off being a dream police.
You really beat the shit out of that glass.
Now I know how birds feel.
Hey, I know you're hiding something, Mario.
No, I'm not hiding anything.
I got it. I found it. This must be the key to solving the mystery.
Good work, Date. Now you only need to find the giant keyhole.
Kingdom Hearts reference? Or is I suggesting that I need to work on Kingdom Hearts videos instead? I'm so confused. Iba has the best hacking animation, don't at me.
Why? Why? Boss?
This is a giant what the fuck moment. Now I'm really confused. During a few key points of the story, you're locked out from finishing the route until you play the other routes. It's a great way to keep the intrigue going for what is most assuredly an interesting route.
It's huge. I wish your boobs were that big.
Are you serious? Those are obscenely large for a human. Well, I suppose I am not technically human.
What is this?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
do you never keep quiet? Is this fun for you? Giving your mother a hard time?
That hurts! That hurts! Please stop! I'm sorry!
Why are you here?
I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
If you weren't here, everything would be fine.
I'm sorry!
Apologizing means nothing. Say something. Don't make me into the bad guy.
But...
What's that look, huh?
Ow! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
It's all your fault. You. I wish you had never been born!
Hearing Shoko speak that way about Mizuki rather than just hearing about it is so much worse than I could have ever imagined. No wonder the poor girl has issues with a mother like that. Win for great characterization, I think?
Are you okay? Mizuki.
She hasn't been healed. She's still traumatized.
When playing other routes, it shows your choices in Somnium have a significant impact, since diving into her Somnium this time did not heal her.
Will you play Shovel Forge with me tomorrow?
No.
Then go on a date with me.
A date?
If you promise me we'll go on a date, I'll stay home and not say a peep. If you don't promise me, then... I'll wander around the city dragging a heavy suitcase.
Negotiation skills.
My name is Kaname Date. I'm with the Metropolitan Police Department.
Are you an idiot?
They hung up.
Oh, you think so? What kind of low IQ ignoramus calls a suspicious number and says they are from the police?
I couldn't help it. I wasn't ready. I just said the first thing that came into my head.
You told me to call.
I didn't think it would work.
Disappointing.
It's a good thing Date's cute, because he hella dumb.
Date, I must be the bearer of bad news. Even with X-ray, her clothes will not turn transparent.
Then what's the point, Aiba?
We really are mermaids, you know. Don't tell anyone.
What?
Everyone working here is a real mermaid.
But you have legs.
They were a gift from Poseidon. We were given legs and feet, so that we can gather riches in foreign currency in the labor market.
Date, let's go.
No, not yet. There's still so much to learn.
Do not listen to her siren song.
Why do you have that?
We treat our customers like lords of the sea. We give them these tridents. It's like a little ranking system we do.
The color changes depending on your rank. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and at the very top, orichalcum.
So it basically measures how much money you've spent on these girls.
Well, that doesn't sound very nice. It's more like a way to exploit their vanity. To separate our customers from their money as much as possible.
That sounds even worse.
It's hilarious this maid cafe has a literal simp ranking.
How much did you spend to get that?
About 200,000 yen.
I suddenly understand why someone would want to kill another human.
Mizuki saw her own mother's dead body, and I just left her there and ran away like a coward. I'm such a piece of shit. I should have stayed. I should have done something. Why did I do that?
Oh, is it eating you up inside, Ota?
Yeah, seriously.
Words cannot explain how much I dislike Ota.
I wonder if Tessa's okay. I'm so worried about her I can barely eat.
You know what? It wasn't enough points the first time.
Move fast!
How do I get him to cop to it?
Remove his fingernails one by one.
That is one way of doing things. Aiba doesn't mess around.
If I make a wish, will it come true?
That is not Shenron.
Dragon Ball reference.
I wish for panties.
I told you that's not Shenron.
Another Dragon Ball reference.
Shadows.
Threat! Silhouette! Aset!
Water.
Wet! Sweat! Aset! Aset, you bet!
Fears.
Upset? Regret? Aset!
Just as I thought.
Boss? What's this?
Shut up! Don't look at me! Get out of here! Did you hear me? I said get the fuck out of here!
Tricking Moma, a hardened Yakuza boss, into admitting he's a huge fan of the idol A-set is ridiculously hilarious.
Ghost!
I have been here for several minutes now. If you continue saying such things, I will self-destruct.
I'll get you, and I'll look like a bloody accident.
Let us determine a code number. One that will activate the detonator. Command 41205. If you issue this command, I will detonate.
No, that's still too dangerous. We need some kind of safety. The number will be the first lock. If I give you the second command within 1 minute of the first...
What is the second command?
Let's see. How about if I tell a lie?
A lie?
Something that's not the truth. If I say something untrue, I want you to regard it as the second command.
Understood.
Foreshadowing for the resolution lock.
Hey, about that 5-digit command. How did you come up with that number?
It is my favorite number. There is no particular meaning.
41205 is a substitution cipher for Date.
Are you sure you can handle this?
I am an artificial intelligence. Not a human prone to nervous breakdowns and mistakes like you.
Alright, Hal, let's see what you can do.
2001 A Space Odyssey reference.
It's connected! It's ringing!
I thought you said you didn't get nervous. Calm down. Deep breaths.
Wait a minute.
What?
I'm an AI. I don't take breaths.
Hello. This is Nadami Shoko.
Impossible. Shoko is dead.
Yes, I died 2 days ago.
Idiot, why did you say that?
Oh, by I meant my twin sister, Shoku.
Good job, Aiba. Really convincing work there.
In any case, that was an excellent performance, was it not?
I'd rate it as a 0 out of 10. Could have used more loot boxes.
Yeah, good job.
Is that all?
What, do you want me to pat you on the head?
No! Nothing like that.
Don't lie, Aiba. Head pats are the best.
Stop! It tickles!
Rub, rub, rub.
Stop! The nerve might break!
Look, the Mothman! Look, a porno mag on the floor.
Where?
Got him.
It can't be. Iris.
It's not, but Date seeing her after seeing this while in Mizuki's Somnium is definitely a shock to the system. Also, nice attention to detail with Date's left eye appearing blank since Aiba ran out of battery.
Did you witness my superior driving technique? It is time to unleash the Drift King.
Didn't you crash a minute ago? Besides, the forklift is front-wheel drive.
Date?
Iris is alive!
Iba and I saved Iris during the sink yesterday. She wasn't killed.
True, but that was only a dream.
Maybe the dream changed reality.
Impossible.
Then how else would you explain it? Iris came back to life.
So while that didn't happen, through the power of Somnium and the differing routes, we essentially view different timelines as to what could happen. Iris's happy dance is a win.
Have you been to the Kume Shrine in the Minato district? I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice. Well, more like a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach. I took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then he kissed me.
The story we heard from number 89 about Falco, plus all the background info, gives us definitive proof that Hitomi was the woman in the story, making her even more entangled in this case than she already was. Tiny Iris is adorable.
Why?
Well, because it may lead to something in the future.
I don't know.
Date, we're on an investigation.
Just let me have this.
That's enough. I'll come right out of your eye socket if you don't stop. I'm serious. I'm going to pop out.
Yet another hilarious bad ending.
Moma may not look it, but he's a huge A-set fan.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm a huge fan.
Gambling.
Bet! Debt! A-set!
Worries.
Forget, fret, A-set!
Now what does she say?
A-set, you bet!
Wow, my catchphrase! Thank you!
This is kind of embarrassing.
Watching Moma fangirl over Iris is hilarious and worth a win.
Iris, could you do me a favor?
A favor?
He wants to see your boobs.
What the fuck, dude? I didn't say that!
She's my friend from back when I worked here. We would hang out outside of work, too. We'd go to haunted places and UFO sightings and stuff. Blow those boys away! Blow those boys away! Yeah, blow those boys! Mizuki, You really shouldn't say that. Shoot!
Fuck! Yeah!
Date, calm down. You're going to pop a blood vessel.
Aw, I lost. But I made a promise. What do you want me to do?
If it's no trouble, I want to see your...
See what?
Let me see...
I will kill you if you say it.
Seal. I meant seal.
Seal?
Not the smoothest recovery.
Oh, I get it. You want to see me imitate a seal.
No, Iris, please.
Okay, well, here it goes, I guess. Nom 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 nom.
I don't know what Jackie Lastra got paid for the role of Iris, but it wasn't enough.
We just played rock, paper, scissors, right? You won, and you made me be a seal for some reason. But in a different timeline, maybe we tied. Or maybe I got a prize from you.
If I had chosen rock or paper...
So those timelines are what I'd call a parallel world.
That's a really good explanation for it.
How are you talking on your phone without earphones?
That one sentence describes me far too well.
Okay, Dante, tell me the situation. Did you find number 89?
If I did, I would have told you.
Aha. I see.
Look at that! Like a gift from heaven!
Is anybody getting killing a giant soldier in VR with a porn mag and Metal Gear Solid 2 vibes, or is it just me?
Hey, this is crazy! I've never seen anything like this before!
Okay, now I'm definitely getting those vibes.
Message.
It is difficult to move like this.
Why do you look like that?
I went with a simpler look today. I figured this world couldn't handle my full resolution.
Hilariously enough, Shovel Forge is the knockoff Minecraft, and Iris' Somnium reflects her obsession with the game. It's even complete with a cubed version of Iba.
Dance, Dante! Fight against knives with the power of dance!
Iba, dance. You have to dance.
Okay, if I must.
I have no words for what just happened. Once again, I have no idea what's going on.
There's a variable you haven't considered. I made Iba.
And?
You don't get it?
Dante, his hands!
Dante!
Come with me.
In the aftermath of number 89 escaping, we find out that Pewter was acting on behest of Renju, helping facilitate the escape. And now he's turned to the dark side and zapped the bejesus out of us. Momo shows up ready to take on a mercenary army with a hunting rifle. He may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's a little to a fault when it comes to rescuing Iris.
They all have assault rifles, and they're everywhere.
You can tell? Even in the dark?
Have you forgotten that I found out what was inside your safe? I have superpowers. I can see in the dark, and I have X-ray vision.
Oh, shit, you were serious? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Mizuki can be very helpful.
And Ota?
Perhaps he can be used as a shield.
And that's cruel, even for me. Listen up, you idiots! You're here because you're all ASET fans.
Water.
Wet, sweat, ASET!
Fears.
Upset. Regret. ASET.
Gambling!
Roulette, bet, ASET.
We're all gonna die.
Goodbye! What the hell? This must be a gift from heaven! So wet as it gets. So dirty. Shameless.
Absolutely shameless!
Oh shit, move!
I can't believe that worked. Date and Mizuki are both badasses.
No, no, Iris. You can't die. Please, Iris. Iris. Iris!
Iris's body started shutting down, and in a desperate attempt, Date attempted to sync with her in the prototype machine, but sadly it was too late. The ending is just charged for tragedy, seeing as this whole route was built around Iris, and it seems like a gut punch out of nowhere with her dying.
She's sick. Iris has a malignant brain tumor.
A brain tumor?
It makes her say strange things sometimes.
And this would be the reason for that. For one reason or another, the choices made in the Iris route caused her to die from her brain tumor right then. It also explains the Nizet laws being after her. Most likely she was delirious from the tumor, so none of that actually exists.
This evidence makes one thing perfectly obvious.
This corpse isn't Iris. It's someone else.
Turns out the corpse we found earlier was not Iris, but someone who looks just like her. The plot thickens.
Adrian? Adrian!
Rocky reference.
Iba, I need an emergency search. Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
Huh?
Date, I found her. The girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Iwai, 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. A graduate of Eitoku High School.
What?
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
The plot continues to ramp up in intensity as we find out the woman who looks like Iris is Monica, who died 18 years ago, and is the classmate of Renju and Hitomi.
If you go beyond the limit, your yoke will not be able to return to its shell.
Because the subject's mind will start to take over the sinker's consciousness, right? I know that part already.
Indeed, but there's more to it. After the yolk is devoured, the egg white is brought through the machine next.
Huh?
And there's more. It's not just the sinker's brain. The same process eventually occurs in the subject's as well. In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
Pewter uses eggs as a reference, but what this boils down to is body swapping. I think that's a hell of a side effect, and really explains why he's so insistent on telling you every time that you have a 6-minute time limit when syncing.
God?
I am the god of fire. I burn erotic books with my flames of red-hot anger.
My, how ruthless.
Ow!
Are you okay?
That hurt.
I'll let you read this porno mag if it'll make you feel better.
I will burn it.
I love the main title theme coming in as we're getting all of the important information. So impregnated Monica right out of her graduating high school, which could tank his political career. Monica wants to talk with him, and Renju and Hitomi are obviously against it. It was fairly obvious leading into it, but Monica is Iris' mother, also making Iris So's daughter. We at least know So didn't do it, but that doesn't make her death any less brutal.
Just a minute.
Beautiful.
I can't even imagine how hard that's been for Hitomi to carry the burden of. Just, damn. Neg, why the hell didn't you tell me this game was so miserable?
I like to watch you suffer.
Did you just make an eye pun?
Yes. Your misery is delicious.
And so my life with Iris began. Raising a child was much harder than I expected. Waking up in the middle of the night to change diapers or feed her. Iris wasn't a good sleeper. I had to sing her lullabies to put her to sleep. And I always needed to put her to bed so carefully. It would only take 10 seconds before she'd start crying again. So I had to pick her up, sing her another lullaby, then put her back to bed. After doing this over and over, before I knew it, the morning sun would creep in through the windows. But even with all that, I cherished every single day. My hatred for those responsible never went away. But my hands were full, raising Iris. I devoted myself to her. I never thought about anything else. Eventually, my desire for revenge just faded away.
It was very hard for her to raise Iris, but Hitomi loves her as her own daughter, and she ended up not seeking revenge, but instead cherishing Iris as if she were her own.
2 days ago, on Saturday night, I called So and invited him to come to the warehouse. He agreed to come. After I hinted at what happened 18 years ago, I had prepared everything, hiding behind the forklift until So came. When he finally arrived, he walked over to the workbench, where I had laid Monica's body. He lifted the cloth and looked down. He whimpered and stumbled back. Even he was fazed, seeing a body he thought he got rid of 18 years ago.
The reason we even found out about Monica's body is because Hitomi was desperate to treat Iris's cancer, so she used Monica's body to blackmail So into it.
Date, I'm sorry, but this is going to be bad.
What happened?
Someone has begun to access my stored memory. They are attempting to wipe all the data. Everything I have accumulated over the last 5 years, including backups.
Computer.
Damn it, Fute, you shit.
Renju?
Well, damn, that's a hell of a double whammy to end this section on.
Iris and Ota were killed at different times. I was watching the stream on the call with Boss.
Only the first few minutes. The polar bear had not yet appeared on stream. It is possible that she made the call from somewhere off camera.
Where was Boss's phone at the time? Check her cell records.
She did not call from a mobile phone. She used a PC. Using a VPN service, she could have accessed her Abyss PC from the warehouse and made the call.
It's, looking a lot worse for Boss, eh? No alibi, and the way she made the call is suspicious as hell.
Kaname Date, you were under arrest for murder.
What the hell?
I was framed!
Date, what is that on the kitchen table? Could it be your favorite thing?
What?
The magazine.
You want me to look at a magazine now?
Just look!
It can't be. This is the stuff of legends. Only the most diehard fans have ever laid eyes on it.
Whoa! Limited
This actually works. I mean, seriously, what other game is so consistently stupid yet entertaining in the best possible way? Fun fact, flour is highly combustible when spread out in the air like this.
Anyway, let's have a look. Hey, this is just a cooking magazine.
The boss shot and killed Sosejima after pulling out his left eye. That makes the odds of her being the culprit behind the other murders very high. Or maybe she had accomplices.
Or, oddly enough, both of those things.
Time to loosen up.
Do you always have to come in like that?
It is of the utmost importance.
At a time like this?
Times like this are perfect.
Who was responsible for these murders? Shoko was stabbed by Renju with an ice pick. Renju was strangled to death by Iris. So cut open Iris's body. But who shot So? It was you. In other words, all of these murders were committed by different people. There wasn't just one killer. That's how it looks on the surface, anyway. But that's not the truth, is it? There's only one culprit. One person. And that person is... Yes, you. The person in front of me right now.
You're blaming the commander of Abyss for this?
No, not Boss. The person inside Boss's head.
It sounds ridiculous, but it's absolutely true. What a hell of a plot twist.
I don't know where it started, but at some point, you got into Shoko's brain. Then, you got into Renju's. And got rid of Shoko's body. After Renju was Iris. You strangled Renju using Iris. After that, into So, who you used to kill Iris and Ota at the cold storage warehouse. Now, you're in Boss's body, inside her head.
I see. If you know that much, then I have nothing left to hide. Yes, I am the culprit behind the new Cyclops serial killings.
That insane leap of logic and shift in Boss's attitude is completely worth going through all the other routes. Not that they're bad by any means, but we're finally piecing everything together and it's culminating into a wild finale.
Saito Sejima. Congressman Sejima's son.
We've heard of Saito before and how fucked up he was, so this is a huge shock.
Earlier, too, you almost had me fooled. Your imitation of Boss was perfect.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality. It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's brain, let's call that parasitism. The one transferring is the parasite, the one being transferred into is the host. Are you with me so far? Moving on. Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely lost. About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the host. That's how I knew about the warehouse and Sunfish Pocket, by the way. Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memories.
Saito being able to perfectly mimic those he body swapped with is terrifying.
I'm telling you, it was me. Why are you making me repeat myself?
The shifting crazy eyes, the music, and the voice actor Allegra Clark changing her speech pattern made this interrogation completely uncomfortable, and that's a good thing.
Of course, I don't really care about eyes. I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sink. And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway.
Damn, this just keeps getting darker.
Shoko's is in Renju. Renju's is in Iris. Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss. Their stomachs, I mean.
You sick bastard.
Yes, I ate them. Immediately after exchanging personalities.
How horrible.
Horrible doesn't even begin to cut it. What the fuck?
This series of murders was like a journey for me. You know, traveling through bodies to finally reach the end. That's the thing about traveling. We always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is? Your home. A trip is only complete once you return home. The same goes for me. When I return home, my travels will come to an end. So I'll be needing it back. My body.
What?
You stole my body. You took it from me 6 years ago. That's why I want revenge.
Now we find out that Date's not even inside his own body, he's in Saito's.
I have several questions. What? What the fuck?
That's... my real...
The twists keep coming. Number 89 is Date's original body. There are huge amounts of mind-blowing information being dumped on us. Why Annihilation Route?
Sorry, but time's up. I want my body back. It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 minutes.
And if I refuse?
I know that you won't. I know it.
Huh?
Date, look! This is streaming live!
What the fuck, Annihilation Route?
Hey, where's Hitomi?
All right, I'll tell you as promised. Boss's house. However, it might be too late by now.
What? Why?
Return my body and I'll tell you the location. That's what I said. I didn't lie. I kept my promise.
What the fuck, Annihilation Route?
Could I have had a better future?
Well, at least he gets a smoking hot body of a woman?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Look, man, this ending is so bleak, I have to find some way that it doesn't suck.
What interests me more is you. How do you know you can use the sync machine to exchange minds? The way you're talking makes me think you know why I took out his left eye.
The neat thing is all the other routes are alternate timelines that do end up converging in Date's mind. It's a nice meta moment considering we, the player, have gone through everything up until this point, so Date has the same knowledge we do in a manner of speaking.
Inside the Somnium, you thought you saw Iris's body, so you called her. The time was 4:52 p.m., right before Renju called Iris. You told her.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Lock the door and stay at home.
Iris didn't accept Saito's proposition because of your warning. If you did not warn her...
She would have been taken here.
Here we get to see the diverging paths pay off, since in the Annihilation route, Iris did end up being taken over by Saito. Ugh, it's something hearing about it, but it's another thing to see and hear it. Being synced from the other side is way creepy, and it hits harder because Date doesn't have Aiba to help him. Somehow I failed to mention anytime you sync, there's a pun in the title that rhymes with sync, and that's hilarious. That is an awesome shot. Yep, that's a pretty terrifying way to have your consciousness absorbed.
This prototype machine has a special function. The body I am transferring my consciousness into will receive a stimulant. The other body receives a sedative.
Well, that's not fair at all.
You bastard!
No! Stop!
No.
Date remembers back to when he was Falco, and the repressed memories showed that he had swapped bodies with Rohan to keep Hitomi and Iris safe. But something went wrong. Rohan and Falco's body went to the Sagan household, and Falco and Rohan's body ended up shooting Hitomi. Damn, there's so much tragedy entangled in this game, I feel like I'm entitled to no less than 3 tissue boxes.
No, wait!
Damn.
Moment to the rescue. Then not. Then back again.
Date, do you like fireworks? I love them. A brilliant, glimmering fragment of time. The flash begins as a perfectly ordered chemical reaction that melts into chaos. Human lives are the same, are they not? As is the universe itself.
Crazy Pants McCrazy Town has a profound thought that is strangely beautiful.
Aiba, can you hear me?
Yes,
We don't have a choice.
I know.
Command 41205.
Okay, Date.
I... I hate you, Aiba. I hate you, and I never want to see you again.
Second command confirmed.
The self-destruct code is a tender and heart-wrenching moment. With Dante's lie of he hates her and never wants to see her again shows just how much he truly cares. The stakes are also raised since Iva's backups were deleted, so when she does this, she will be gone.
Be seeing you.
God damn, I was not expecting that level of brutality, but comeuppance!
As you can see, I'm great. Hop hop, kangaroo goes hop.
I'm glad the surgery went well.
Yeah. The nanomachines went pew pew and bzz bzz and got rid of all the tumors. At least, that's what I think they sound like. I don't know, they're small.
You fast forward to 3 months after the events of the new Cyclops serial killings, and the first bit of good news you get is Iris is okay.
Wedding.
Dress! Bless! Tessa!
Imaging.
Compress! Process! Tessa!
Crime.
Redress, transgress, Tessa!
The net idol superstar!
Tessa!
A-set, you bet!
Now the entire Kumakura family is A-set fans.
What do you want?
Puff puff!
I'm sorry?
I want Tessa to puff puff me. You know what I'm saying? Just shove my face in there! Just...
Are you kidding me? You know what? Fine, I'll ask.
Dante, you're a real friend.
All right, close your eyes.
Yeah. Like this?
Good, yeah, stay still. Do not open your eyes, okay?
Promise.
You ready?
Yes!
Okay, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa! Dante! I've never felt so alive! All these shitty years of my life have been worth it for this moment!
I see your face has improved. This one doesn't make me so angry.
Fun fact, So only despised you because you had his son's face.
Hey Iris, I've been wondering. What's with your headband?
Oh, this? It kept my brain tumor from spreading. I don't really need it anymore, but I feel naked without it, you know?
It didn't need to have a reason for being there other than style, but it's always appreciated when things are given a little background.
What? It can't be.
It's been a long time, Kaname Date.
Iba's alive!
Well, now that Iba has risen from the dead, I think we should celebrate with a dance number!
A what?
Hit it!
More games should end with a dance number. And everyone gets in on it too.
I'm glad you finally got out of that hospital.
First off, I know in the later sections some of the wins can be sparse and very spread out. For a game like this, it's best played on your own with time to soak in all the information. There are a lot of small details that you'd have to pick up on your own to piece this together. That's why there's a spoiler warning at the beginning of these videos. It's always best to experience these things firsthand when possible. Secondly, I love this game. It was recommended to me by my good friend Hallowed Be Thy Game. Without his glowing review, I may never have given this game a shot, but I'm so glad I did. I loved how the story played out, from the mystery of what's going on in the differing routes to just how well the characters are written. For me, the highs were incredibly highs, and the lows weren't so low, but they were annoying. There are a few things that hampered my enjoyment, such as the anime thing where they flash back to stuff that's recently happened, or overusing some of those flashbacks. I was also not a fan of 2 routes. While I know they were made to fill out characters, I felt like they dragged on a bit too long, and outside of a few pieces of information, they felt wholly pointless. There wasn't one track that stood out to me other than the main title theme that plays during the opening menu and during the important story bits, but the soundtrack is fantastic. I love to see wonderfully diverse soundtracks, and that's why I'll always praise OSTs such as this. Every time I hear a music piece, I know where I'm at without looking at the screen, and that's a great mark on sound design. There's not much to be said for gameplay since it's a visual novel, but outside of a few sections where my cursor was moving too fast to focus on something small, the visual novel elements are handled extremely well. The Somniums are also done well, with you moving around in an area trying to solve puzzles on what exactly is going on. The graphics are done in the cel-shaded style of most anime games, and it looks fantastic for the type of story being told. The Somniums look especially great since there were a lot of creative liberties taken with the visuals. In closing, I adore AI The Somnium Files, and I can't wait to cover the sequel next. It's a fun game, and again, I implore you to play if you haven't already. There's too much that's not able to be picked up by my style of video, simply because there's so much story, and I can't cover every little single tidbit in there as much as I try to and want to. I just can't do it, otherwise these videos will be like 30 hours long. Thank you for watching, and try not to die out there.
Ah, sweet. Squeeze, squeeze.
Spike Chunsoft's logo is a bit more involved this time, and it also gives us a small preview of what's to come. This time around, the main menu theme is eerie and haunting, but in a way it pulls me in, soothes me. I can't quite quantify what it does to me, but I love it nonetheless. The settings are, again, a request sheet. Unique menus are a win. Something neat done for the sequel is letting you be able to tweak the difficulty settings. The Somniums can be as difficult as the first game, so it's a nice addition to make sure everyone gets a great experience with the game. Now in Somnium, you can find eyeballs to purchase outfits for Aiba and Tama, as well as the concept art once you've met the unlock requirements. Out of all the things to open a game with, a game show is not what I was expecting. Tama's chibi avatar is using the arrow like you'd expect a dominatrix to hold a riding crop.
How is that relevant?
I wanted to point it out for reasons.
In Indian mythology, what is the name of the half-god, half-beast spirits that imbibe sense and are known for their musical ability?
So I don't know if the actors had to improvise with their recording space since this was clearly made after 2020, but Boss and Ota's lines feel off. Like they weren't done in a legitimate recording booth. It's not enough to count against the game, I just felt like I needed to point that out.
The new Cyclops serial killings. The incident in which many victims got their eye gouged out and murdered. Are you or are you not familiar with it?
This will determine if we can dig into the details of that incident in the coming 6 days.
In other words, we're asking if we can give you spoilers for the first game.
nirvanA Initiative is kind enough to keep spoilers from the first game a secret if you haven't played it yet. But, like, you should. It's fantastic. It didn't amount to a lot being said in my playthrough, but I'm sure it changes a few lines here and there to prevent spoilers. To make absolute sure you're paying attention, occasionally you'll have to manually enter an answer in. Okay, that's about how I really expected this game to start out. Thanks for the nightmare fuel!
Be careful, Mizuki. I've detected a biological response.
Aiba and Mizuki are partners this time around.
Ah, so she's jealous, huh? I bet that's it. Why else would another girl target me?
You can't think of any other reason?
Well, sure, but I'm really cute, you know? That's why other girls don't like me much.
I am fairly certain that has more to do with your personality.
Where did she go now?
Pretty sure you obliterated her from this plane of existence with that holy hand grenade you call a flashbang.
Hey, that's...
You recognize him?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I'll never forget. It's...
Well, that's certainly a hell of a way to open the game up.
What the? A blackout?
What are you standing around for? Get the lights!
Yeah, I'm on it!
That's another hell of a way to start the game off. Damn, at this point, Mizuki's gone through so much trauma, I feel like she's immune to it at this point.
I have a bad feeling about this, but you really want to know my name?
Yeah.
Then I'll tell you, but please don't forget it, okay?
Got it.
My name is Kagami.
Kagami, huh? Okay, I'll remember that.
Here it comes. I knew this would happen. I'll say it one more time. My name is Kagami. I told you it's Kagami!
This priceless joke comes back, and it's just as funny the second time.
You do technically outrank me, ma'am.
Huh. Really? But you don't need to worry about the formalities with me.
What? For real? I can be casual with you?
Do you want to get your ass kicked?
Sorry. Sorry, ma'am.
Aiba and Tama both have rooms you can chat with them in, as well as give them a new outfit. Occasionally, Aiba or Tama will have some trivia for you pertaining to what's going on. That or random nonsensical anecdotes.
Why? What is it?
Well, I was just wondering if he contacted you or anything.
I would have let you know right away if he did. Date was caught in that explosion 6 years ago.
And has been missing ever since. Date's body was never recovered from the scene.
It's sad that the main character from the last game is MIA, but it does go to show that even though they butt heads, she still cares for him.
I am certain he's at the Hot Springs District in Atami or someplace, spending his time in leisure.
Weirdly enough, though, Aiba was completely right.
Now, Team Popo, what's your answer?
The left half of his body. What the?
When relaunching the game, you get a small recap of prior events. Another new feature is taking care of eyeballies, basically Tamagotchis that ask a bunch of questions. So Komeiji was an odd case. I thought his head may have been a mask at first, or a character from Shovel Forge, but it turns out his head is square-shaped because Uchikoshi thinks it's funny. He said that some people have square-shaped heads in real life, so he made an exaggerated version of it for his game.
Wait, hey, this is no place for a kid.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're right next to the body.
So?
So? Well, you could be traumatized for life seeing something like this.
I'm fine. I've seen worse.
Oof. I know I joked about it earlier, but it's really tragic that in the span of a few months, both of her parents were gruesomely murdered, and now this bisected body. She's really gonna be traumatized for life.
It's all right now, because I am here! Half might! Half for all! We are full-time heroes!
My Hero Academia reference.
It's incredibly rare for anyone to get into Abyss without having stepped foot on a crime scene. Don't tell me you slept your way in with Mars.
Is that an option?
What if that body crossed over time and space to get here? It's possible, right?
No?
Ryuki sounded about as convinced as I did when playing the first time through. Considering the twist of the last game, I did think it was time travel gone wrong initially.
What's wrong, Ryuki?
After watching the QR video, Ryuki went into a type of trance and, well, that happened. Cybersecurity, folks. Don't ever follow random links or a QR code in a crime scene. That is not good for the investigation. Not one bit. Damn, this opening music slaps hard. That's an awesome way to showcase the logo. Plus, we've done some gameplay, so I'm gonna give it wins for being a delayed title card. Same as Aiba before her, the code under Tama's likes translates to Ryuki.
Come on, big brother! Wake up! Wake up! If you don't hurry, you're gonna be late.
He's awake?
Hilariously, this works.
I saw Boss buying this earlier. Are we going to match?
I don't care if it's DLC. Aiba in a hot dog suit is a win.
I'm still here. I've always been here.
Hey, did you hear something?
Yes, that's the cleaning lady.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
At least we didn't have to extract your eye to insert the AI ball. There was nothing left to extract.
I am glad the room was vacant. I don't do well with roommates. I've been practicing. How's my dancing?
Yeah, looking good. Wriggling around like a freshly caught shrimp.
Oh, no. Not you two. I'm too cute to be a shrimp.
Ah, there it is. So in my last video, I had a super special counter for the off-the-wall comedy that Uchikoshi excels at, and this one will be no different. Well, mostly. It's Tama this time.
Wake up!
Fine. Screw it! Guess I'll just do what has to be done.
Aiba, that's enough! You're violating criminal law entry 195. I swear that pewter is like a tech god. Thank you, ex-con!
That's an interesting way to compliment someone.
Well, don't be a shit that almost derails an investigation and lets a serial killer run around, and you won't be an ex-con, eh, Futa?
Anyway, if you are stuck, simply stop moving and observe your surroundings. Look at the map and try to get a hold of the situation. Understood?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Go ahead and check that don't display this message again box.
I don't have that function. Mizuki, I have obtained a key.
What's that?
A key is a new function that Pewter came up with. It uses an algorithm to clarify the rules of a somnium world or the sync subject's psyche.
In other words, it tells you how the dream works?
Correct.
Another new function is being able to more easily see what may need to be done in Somnium. You know, for an ex-con, Pewter really is handy to have around.
Wow.
I could do well as a street performer.
That looks fun. I'm gonna try that at home.
Please don't. Breathe in what?
The torch, duh.
What do you mean, duh? That wasn't an obvious answer.
I want you to extinguish it by sucking in with your nose.
I have never heard of such a thing.
You'll never know till you try.
Fine.
Ah! I had a feeling that wouldn't work. All right, suck in really hard.
That's what she said.
I do have amazing suction.
suction. Bravo, marvelous.
Call back to the prior entry.
What the? Iba!
Persona.
It's me, Mario. Nice to meet you.
He talks?
Nice and soft. It feels kind of soothing being here.
Anything to promote office wellness.
What are you talking about?
Well then, you won't mind if I join you?
I second that.
Is there something on my face?
Well, the face you have now isn't your real face, is it? You got your old body back during the new Cyclops serial killings case, so...
Yeah, well, I decided to have a custom mask made. Everyone knows me by this face. Besides, this one is, more popular with the ladies.
I don't think it makes much of a difference.
Shut up!
So while it's weird for continuity, it does make sense. We spent an entire game looking like Saito and knowing him as Date, and since Falco and Saito are effectively dead, why wouldn't he go back to looking like that?
Boss's cleavage. I have never been in a softer, comfier place.
I want to be in a soft and comfy place.
On my way to the station, the crowd squeezes out my frustration, and now I'm taking heat in the classroom. Oh well, I'll eat some donuts in the bathroom.
It's a strange song, but it's equally great, if not more so, than Iris' song Invincible Rainbow Arrow from the first game.
So, Kizuna, I want you to marry me.
Huh?
And just like that, love bloomed on the battlefield.
What battlefield?
Look, it's the ongoing joke, and love bloomed in the Simps Diner doesn't have as good of a ring to it.
Won't you marry me, Kizuna?
No, thank you.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
No, thank you.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that either.
No, thank you.
Anyway, I won't give up.
Persistence.
Iris, how are you feeling? Still upset about last night?
I'm okay. I recover pretty quick from these things. See? I'm bouncing right back. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy bunny!
Iris is as cheerful as ever.
Where do you work?
I work as a mermaid at a gaudy maid cafe called Sunfish Pocket. Mermaids are what they call the maids that work there.
Mame is a returning character from the first game, if you're like me and didn't realize it until she spelled it out.
Anyway, the girl does have some nice femurs. I'd love to get inside those for a taste of the marrow.
What is wrong with you?
Another gag from the first game returns. But, quit perving on the underage girl.
So you must know Mr. Date too, Genny.
I've known him for a long time. We're so close, we've seen each other's buttholes.
That's one way of showing how close you are with someone.
I hacked into it. There are a ton of videos of salmon laying eggs in there.
I don't think that's a problem.
Shoma, my little boy, he's in elementary school. One day I wake up, go to the bathroom mirror, and I have writing on my forehead. It must have been Shoma. He had been learning letters in school recently. Anyway, he writes, Death Tub. And I'm thinking, Death Tub? Is that what he meant? Is he trying to tell me something? Then Shoma saw my face and started busting out laughing. And I was thinking, what's so funny? That's when I realized, when you see Death Tub in the mirror...
It says butthead.
God of energy, Inti, Pachaka Max!
The sound of silence is hilarious, but the best part of this is Tama's laugh.
Shut up! Stop shouting!
But you surprised me. I thought that the ghost of an S&M pervert with a police uniform fetish who died in a tanning booth had come to haunt me.
That's, an apt way to put it. So, now's as good of a time as any. Tama is Date, but in eyeball form. She's lewd and, yeah, that's all I got.
I'm not complaining about how she looks.
I'm not either, but if I had a nickel for every time I had a big-titted police girl fetish, I'd have two. Which isn't that much, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Chastity belt on his heart must be locked tightly.
What kind of metaphor is that?
You won't be able to see his uvula unless you open that lock.
She's just a classmate. We're not friends or anything. I don't talk to her much.
Do you wish you could talk to her more?
No. Of course not.
Even though she's cute?
That Uggo? She's not cute at all.
His temperature is rising. That was clearly a lie. Ryuki, would you drink that fluid inside the test tube?
Absolutely not.
Why not? You might develop superpowers.
But what if I turned into a giant, green, muscular freak?
That would be awesome.
Shit, Negro, that's all you had to say.
We mainly conduct research on gene therapy through genome editing here. Are you familiar with genome editing?
I have played Metal Gear Solid, so no.
I know of him, but I haven't met him in person. I've only read some articles about him online. He's the CEO of a music distribution company. I'm the director of a genetics research institute. We have nothing in common.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
You really are dense. You're dense enough to be the target audience for mobile game ads.
We need a room open in the burn unit stat! Male in his early 20s roasted hard by his AI companion.
His temperature is abnormally high, isn't it?
Maybe he has the flu.
Don't make me pluck out your eyebrows from the inside.
Tama is overly aggressive with her threats, and that's hilarious. Also painful sounding. Wink Sync is a new feature of the eyeballs, letting them see a glimpse of Somnia rather than the full picture, often leading to more concrete proof that a full sync is needed. Also, it can only be activated the most weeb way possible. I'm guessing Pewter wrote that into the coding.
Why do you ask? I'm the engineer of Abyss. Of course I'm always here.
Yeah, but I've been wondering about something. In November of last year...
You were dishonorably discharged for reasons related to the new Cyclops serial killings, weren't you? You leaked internal police information, not to mention you aided a criminal in his escape.
I made some arrangements behind the scenes. Pewter is a crucial part of Abyss. I couldn't let them lock him up.
You can do that?
Normally, no. But in this case...
Boss has dirt on members of the executive, judicial, and legislative branches of the government.
I am truly grateful to you, boss.
That completely explains why Peter is still here. It does not excuse him from being a shit, though.
Off and on. Is this the switch for the statue?
How do we turn this on?
Why don't you feel around that area?
What area?
Whatever feels right, Tama.
So, the moral of the story is, when in doubt, cop a feel of a statue?
We can combine different brain functions of the left and right brains and create a new human with characteristics from both.
Chikara Somnium has you combining two different types of people/occupations to solve puzzle. That level of puzzle solving is a great idea.
The experiment worked! Happy Chikara. Chikara Horadori has done it again! Oh, the epigenetic ecstasy!
What are we even watching right now?
Oh.
Both Tama and Ryuki are voicing my... let's call them concerns.
So every time we do something right, we have to watch this creepy old dude ascend into the sky?
You want to join?
Hell no.
Combined, a racer's driving skill and an archaeologist's knack for dodging traps. To gain movie protagonist superhuman driving skills.
Guess it's time for love, Dr. Jones.
Indiana Jones reference.
Whoa!
That's the trap? I could have done this on my own.
Tama! Behind you!
Huh?
Wait, Tama! The road!
What about the road?
There is no road!
Huh? What are we gonna do?
Step on it!
On what?
The gas! The gas!
The gas! Okay.
The experiment worked!
Yep, I think it's safe to say that I'm playing an iGame. Oh, how I've missed you.
Kara, ew!
Why don't you think of it as some kind of reward cutscene?
The fact that I have to force myself to think that already makes it not a reward.
I want to give a win to Tokiko. From her design, to her deadpan attitude, and her, well, insanity, she is a great addition to the I roster.
Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard. I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year. But he was a piece of human garbage. I slugged him in the face and resigned, then ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing me.
Good for him. Someone needed to punch the shit out of So.
That's the nonupal X, the symbol of Nyes.
Non-upal means consisting of 9. You know how there's single, double, triple? Non-upal is the 9th.
Vocabulary lesson from a lewd eyeball. Bet I won't ever get to say that one again.
I was surprised. I had heard of Nyes, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Coming off the Iris route in the original game, I think we all thought Nyes was a figment of her cancer-addled brain. But that was one of the biggest surprises for the sequel to me.
We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something. That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program.
That's certainly an interesting idea to rally behind, and weirdly enough, the idea loops back around later on.
What is that?
It's a hand sign we use. It's meant to resemble the sign behind me.
Oh shit, she's throwing up gang signs! Bail! Bail!
What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio de Vita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there. Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
The VR investigations are another new aspect, allowing you to look over every bit of the crime scene without having to actually be there.
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting, so keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But...
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Macademy Award.
Macademy? Like, the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started!
I and Tama both insist on recording what you're doing in VR space, and it can be hilarious, especially when they get into their director role.
That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign.
That's an interesting marketing campaign, but whatever works, I guess.
Ryuki! Ryuki!
Snake! Snake!
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics, Chikara Horodori.
After being shot at by Shinpei and informing Ryuki that Terror wanted to use the studio for an hour, he messages Shinpei to come to Sekiba High, so naturally Ryuki goes and finds Chikara there. Can't really say I'm sad to see the little creep go, but it's still horrifying to imagine being split in half like that.
This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that it has no guts!
What?
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
Mr. Ryuki, have you ever played an open-world game where you play as a criminal?
A game that lets you rob, murder, blow things up, leave a trail of debris wherever you go. An absurd, heinous game where you can freely commit all sorts of horrible crimes.
Damn, I think Kentaro Uchikoshi is throwing some shade on GTA.
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
What is this?
Looks like Tokiko is blackmailing someone.
It also looks like a heavy dose of foreshadowing that we aren't able to comprehend until much later.
Let's make an acronym poem with the letters for nice.
Where the hell is this coming from?
One neat thing about Ryuki and Tama's relationship is their roles are reversed in Somnium. He's normally meek and she's normally dominating, so while sinking, Ryuki becomes more confident and Tama is more submissive.
N!
Okay. N. Not that I know why.
A.
Angry.
I.
Incoming?
X.
Shingu River Ray.
Not that I know why. Angry incoming Shingu River Ray. The Shingu River Ray. Such a kind animal.
Angered by humans polluting waterways, I guess.
Buddy, shit just went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
It says nirvanA Initiative.
The nirvanA Initiative.
Nice.
Maybe she lost 50,000 yen on pachinko slot machines.
This isn't boss we're talking about.
Well, it's better than having loose slots in other ways.
What other way?
No, you know.
No, I don't.
It's all right now, because I am here! Half might! Half for all, we are full-time heroes!
Hey, that's my thing.
Yeah, but it's cuter when she does it.
Oh, it just ran out of battery.
You're watching too much porn.
Don't you have a softer way of saying that?
You're watching too much porn.
That's not what I meant. The last man on Earth heard a knock on his door. Who was it? No good, huh? The answer was a woman.
Nope, that's wrong too. The answer is LGBTQ+. You're sorely mistaken if you think there are only men and women in this world, dumbass.
That was also a bit forced, same as last time, but if it makes Ryuki look like an ass, I'm for it.
It was nothing.
Did you get jilted or something?
No. I just lost 50,000 yen on pachinko.
See?
You can't be serious.
She's not. It's very much a lie, but for Tama to guess that correctly is still amazing.
I don't need to tell you anything.
The masked woman is only aggro towards Ryuki for reasons that will be revealed later, but she does have a good reason.
No.
It can't be.
Now that Tokiko has been bifurcated, at this point of the story it makes you wonder. Since Ryuki lost time after watching that video, did he do this? He's not exactly mentally stable. This game, as with the first, is really good at pulling you deeper into the mystery.
Can you not read the stage directions out loud? You're supposed to play the part of the culprit.
But what's the point of...
Don't talk back to the director! Don't make me throw a fucking ashtray at you!
It looks like we tunneled to the other side of the world.
You mean we're underground?
Yeah, more than 160 feet deep. Radio waves are completely cut off due to the depth. We can't connect to the network, so keep that in mind.
Gee, who would have ever guessed that a secret society has an underground cathedral?
Don't tell me you're going to open it.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, just a hunch.
It should be fine. You said it's safe to open.
I did add probably.
Mizuki could probably fit in with the kids pretty good.
I feel like I just got insulted. Mind if I kick your ass?
I love Mizuki so much. She's always ready to beat someone's ass.
I actually used to be a thief. I was so good at lockpicking, they called me the Master of Unlocking.
Sir, you're no Jill Valentine.
Kizzy, please marry me.
Wait a minute. Is that?
I hope my Prince Charming will appear before me with a glass slipper someday.
Lien comes on really strong, but his heart's certainly in the right place.
I put the glass slippers in there, and the letters. I wrote out how I feel now in one of the letters, and in the other...
I have written how I currently feel in that letter.
This is a time capsule. We'll bury it here, then dig it out 6 years from now. If you still feel the same way as what's written in the letters in 6 years...
Yeah, then you'll accept the shoes. Right, Kizzy?
Yes, then... perhaps. Huh. You know, that is kinda romantic.
It is a sweet idea for sure. I had originally thought this part to be a bit of a waste of time since, you know, there's an ongoing investigation, but by the end of everything, I actually really ended up liking their relationship.
Is that a crystal ball?
Yes, these are my big milky balls.
Milky.
Balls?
Oh, but I'm not talking about testicles, honey.
Mama is also a delight, and I'm glad she made it back for the sequel.
Oh, great set of milky white balls. I need you to give me some clues for an investigation. One after another, victims have been torn in half in these half-body murders. Where can we find the key to exposing the culprit?
Face. A hidden face. The true face, as yet unrevealed to all. That is where the answer is hidden.
Huh? Did I just say something?
The funniest bit about Mama reading fortunes is she's absolutely correct.
You know Lien too?
Yes, he's a regular at Brahmin as well. Lien just wandered in one day while Date was there. They hit it off right away and had quite a lively discussion. I joined them after closing up for the day, and the three of us drank until morning.
Huh. That's an interesting group. I can't imagine what you three would talk about.
Probably porno mags or something.
What are they, teenagers?
Oh, we talked a lot about porno mags.
But why are these two here?
I just happened to be here by chance.
Me too. I'm here completely by coincidence.
Right.
What?
What are you talking about, Ryuki?
No! I was just suddenly overcome with an inexplicable urge to go to Atami. Forget the investigation! I'm going to Atami with her. I've already made up my mind. Don't try to stop me!
Did you take crazy pills this morning or something?
Wait a minute. Are you serious?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Ryuki, please. I have a bad feeling about this.
Now, let's go to Atami together!
Okay.
As with Date before him, Ryuki can choose to completely forego the investigation to take the receptionist out to live his days in Atami with those. I mean her.
Wow, what a total hottie.
What?
Oh, this is perfect. I was just starting to get bored. Come on, let's have a chat, cutie. A little tete-a-tete.
Sorry. I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh, and your voice is super mega hot too. Hottie for a thottie. Slide into my DMs anytime, king.
The receptionist is, again, delightfully ditzy.
Why is this woman a receptionist?
Likely a decision made by the company president.
Mizuki?
Ryuki's incredulity is why this gets a win.
There's a receptionist sitting behind the desk. There's a receptionist with huge breasts sitting behind the desk. There's a receptionist with huge breasts sitting. There's a receptionist with huge breasts. Huge breasts. Breasts. There are huge breasts sitting behind the desk.
Tessa! Tessa, Tessa, Tessa! Oh, Tessa! Tessa! Tessa!
That was an incredibly pointless wink sync.
It can't be! Terror!
What did you say?
Terror took Shoma!
Ryuki had gone to Horodori Institute to look for clues, and in doing so found Komeiji already there, acting shady. So we brought him back to Abyss to find out what's going on, leading to this branching path of finding Shoma. Teamwork!
Ryuki!
More teamwork!
This boy is my son! He's more important to me than my own life! Whatever happens, I won't let you lay a finger on him!
No matter how bad Komeiji screws up, at the end of the day, he'd take a beating for his son, and that's a good dad win. You know, in hindsight, the twist of the masked woman is really obvious. Date to the rescue.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Hold on. Don't get hasty. I have some preparations to take care of.
What? Huh?
Oh. I see.
Porno Mag! Power! Let's go! Yeah!
And that's that.
This is quite possibly the greatest moment in storytelling history. So stupid, it loops back around to being amazing.
Date, the hard drive was full again. I had to make space, so I deleted all your cuckoldry videos.
First, I told you, those are husbandry videos. Second,
Why? Why did you do that?
It's inexplicable, incomprehensible, impossible,
inconceivable.
Oh, that. It awoke in me in 3rd grade. I was walking alone through a deep forest behind my elementary school. It was my shortcut to get home. When suddenly, inside a depression behind some bushes, I noticed a lone magazine. It was a porno mag someone threw away. The pages were all crusty and whatnot. I crouched down, and my heart was pounding in my ears as I turned the pages, using a branch. Anyway, that's when it happened. I felt a stinging pain on my right ankle. I jumped up in surprise, and there I saw a white snake. I didn't know what kind. I was just a kid. But even then, I could tell that snake had deadly venom. About 3 seconds later, I was out like a light. They found me out there the next morning. I was on the verge of death for 3 days and 3 nights, but I managed to pull through. And that is how I acquired my pornomag powers.
You mean it was a side effect from the snake venom?
No, it was more of a mental thing. I had a near-death experience immediately after experiencing a pornomag for the first time. As a result, Eros and Thanatos inside me, libido and destrudo, they merged together in total harmony. In other words, I've come to be acutely aware of death whenever I get aroused. To put it in even simpler terms, I'm pushed to the verge of death whenever I see a pornomag. You know how humans can exert tremendous power in life or death situations? It's because the adrenaline triggers a fight or flight response. The same thing happens when I see a pornomag. My brain's processing speed increases by 3.6 times in order to avoid death, dramatically improving my reflexes.
I find it hilarious there's a legitimate lore explanation for Date's pornomag powers.
You nearly die when you see pornomags, don't you? So then why?
Ah, excellent question. I'll answer with a question of my own. Why does a mountain climber seek the top of the tallest peaks? Why does a surfer want to ride the most monstrous of waves? Why do people climb up the highest buildings to do parkour or whatever? Why do they do such reckless things?
For the thrill?
Yeah, it's how they know they're alive. They can experience firsthand the wonder of life itself. That is the reason I continue to climb the mountain known as pornography.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change my last name.
But when I die someday, I'll need you to do me a solid. When I die, I want you to wipe the hard drive on my computer.
How about I bust it open for you, right now?
No, please don't.
I am a woman of beauty beyond compare. If I remove this mask, blood would erupt from the noses of the 4 men here, and they would die of blood loss. In other words, I'm saving your lives by keeping this mask on. Quite kind of me. Wouldn't you agree?
Sounds like it would be worth it.
Shoma's dad is so unfunny. Huh? Yeah, Andy's Komeiji sucks, and you've never made us laugh either.
Hold on, we used to...
Yeah, lameness must be genetic. So true. Now that's funny. We don't want to contract your unfunny disease, so we're gonna stay away from you.
Kids are assholes.
It all started with the test. The results from my health checkup at my elementary school came back abnormal, so they wanted to do more tests. But instead of the hospital, I was taken to Horodori Institute.
The test results show that you have some very special genetic abnormalities in your DNA. It's extremely rare. Only 1 in hundreds of thousands of people has it. One day, and it will be soon, you will fall ill to an incurable disease, and it will take your life. The only way for you to survive is to receive gene therapy through genome editing here at this institute.
So I started going to Horodori Institute, but it wasn't true. Not really.
That little snippet tells us 2 things. 1, Chikare is an even bigger asshole than I originally thought. And 2, this actually explains Shoma's willingness to go along with Naisa's teachings. If he's being used as a genetic puppet against his will, dealing with his father's divorce, and his classmates mocking him, he'd be open to feeling nothing and believing everything was fake.
It said it was top secret, so I thought it must be super important. So, I grabbed it and put it in my pocket. Inside the envelope was pieces of paper with writing all over it. It was written in German, but I managed to figure out what it was saying by using a translation app. There actually wasn't anything wrong with my genes. It was all for the sake of research. Horodori Institute was rewriting my genetic code. They used me for human experiments. When I found out, I talked to Director Horodori, but he acted like he did nothing wrong.
Why are you upset with me? You should be grateful. Your body is now special thanks to genome editing. Also, I would advise against pulling out of the experiments now. Your body is still in a transitionary stage. It needs regular testing and medication. If you stop now, all the cells in your body will falter and dissolve.
Oh, but wait, it gets even worse.
They have a lot of issues to work out, don't they?
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll be fine. As long as they have smiles, their world will be saved.
It's such a happy ending for the two of them. It's just a shame what's gonna happen next. The song that plays during the credits is just as great as the first. As with the prior game, you have a board to keep track of your different routes, but it's on a whiteboard instead of a corkboard this time.
Stop making excuses! You did all that bad stuff, and you're still trying to fight back, lie, and trick your way out of it! I'm sick of it!
Shoma.
Dad, you should just die already!
After making so many breakthroughs for their relationship in the prior route, this hits deep and lays down a layer of tragedy for later.
I don't know. I didn't see the attacker. I don't know anything after you lost control of your bladder.
You mean lost consciousness?
Yeah, whatever. No.
Yeah, that's really harsh. Plus, it's the canon timeline.
I'll give you some chocolate later.
Are you joking? You know I can't eat chocolate.
No, I mean like emotional chocolate.
Nice save, Ryuki.
Oh, you want to know why there are 2 balls? This way I have a spare if one stops working.
That's a feasible explanation. I doubt that's the reason, because it's Mama, but she's got a good cover story at least.
Thanks for the chocolate. I appreciate it.
Don't thank me, honey. Just don't forget to get me something on White Day.
What do you want?
Well, you can return the favor.
Meaning?
Something hard that will leave a mess all over my hands.
Do you know this girl? Her name is Amame Doi.
Being able to project models of people seems like it would be really handy for police work.
It's all right now, because I am here! Half-Mites! Northern Mariana Islands! Smash!
When investigating the NICE Japan headquarters, you come across Tokiko's hologram that gives you the rundown of why NICE believes the world is a simulation. The scary thing is she sounds so convincing.
Dad, I shouldn't have said that you should die. It's all my fault.
The good thing about WinkSync is you can see a snippet of the subject's true thoughts. The bad thing is sometimes you see a snippet of the subject's true thoughts, and it's more gut-wrenching than you were prepared for.
Well, I'm not kidding about Horodori Institute researching cloning.
A line that surprisingly comes up later as a major plot point.
I'm going to skip the warning message because I'm sure you already know.
I appreciate that, Tama. There's only so many ways you can say, don't stay in Somnium for more than 6 minutes after all.
Please, show us your dance!
You want me to dance? No, I'm not Aiba. I can't dance!
That throwaway line explains why Aiba starts Somnia up wacky while Tama gets right to work.
Question. Which would you rather eat? Poo-flavored curry or curry-flavored poo?
During Amame Somnium, you're participating in a quiz show and, well, things get weird in Somnia, as per usual.
This is what the standings look like. Now I think I completely understand you, Challenger.
That was unexpected nightmare fuel!
So Aiba's back in action.
Yeah, she just came back.
Oh, I miss you, Date.
I need you, Date. You should have heard her.
My name is Kagami. Should I slow it down a little? My name is Kagami.
Hey, Ryuki. Deep down, don't all men want to be sat on by women?
No?
Yes.
Anyway, I'm gonna get out there and keep looking.
What about your food?
Ryuki, do you think that little of me?
Yes.
Imagine a hypothetical situation in which a body is bisected down the middle. What will happen to the chakras? Chakras are points. By definition, a point cannot be reduced further. It cannot be severed from itself. So the chakras will remain, tethered between the left and right sides of the body. Like a string.
Here's a little foreshadowing for the nirvanA initiative.
It's almost like you can read my mind.
No, that function was deleted about a month ago. Something about protecting the privacy of sinkers.
That, or Boss was tired of going through all of Date's pervy thoughts.
No, not there. Come out from there.
What are you trying to make me do?
I'm just saying come out from there. So come out.
And I'm asking you why. What's the point?
It pumps me up. I need you to do it, so do it.
Okay, jeez. I'll do it.
Found ya! Oh, this is an invasive species that destroys the ecosystem.
This will be a brand new series. I'm starting a new game today. The game I'll be playing is Kusamon Go!
Just like last Iris Somnium, she is playing a game, but this time it's Pokemon Go instead of Minecraft.
I'm not short on cash.
Oh, right. You do go to host clubs all the time.
We need to bribe her with fancier stuff than cash.
Yes, we can't treat her like a normal person.
Exactly. Boss is out there. Her head's in outer space.
Ryuki, do you want me to send you to outer space?
Ryuki forgetting Boss can hear him is hilarious.
But his clothes are just so... I always thought his outfit was so over the top, you know?
Hello, Pewter here. You do realize I am watching all of this, right?
Yes, I do. And you still suck, Futa.
Congratulations! A Kusamon hatched from the egg!
Danganronpa reference.
Ah, the primary suspect of the half-body case. Playing these games with your victims before killing them. How lowly. Is that what you're doing here? Going to toy with me before slicing me in half? She said that if she was allowed to keep the baby, she wouldn't cause any trouble.
The baby was taken in by a facility called Iowa.
So she sent the child away. She probably realized she couldn't raise it alone.
Holy hell, So really is a scumbag. First Iris, now another mystery child? When will his philandering cease?
Tama, you okay?
I'm gonna pound him until he can't get it up anymore.
Don't you mean until he can't get up anymore?
We beat it! Huh?
We did it!
Wait, it's not over yet.
Huh?
A second form! Very final bossy.
It's not a JRPG if the final boss doesn't have at least one additional phase.
But this is a visual novel.
True, but we're playing an RPG inside of a visual novel, so it counts. Occasionally in Somnium, the mental lock being unshackled coincides with the person's face, and it bifurcates similar to the HB killings. It's a small detail I love.
Oh, this? Well, I wanted to be prepared in case of trouble. I looked all over my place, but this was the closest thing to a weapon I could find.
Lien is hilariously wielding a giant key, so I think that means he's going to be the new protagonist of Kingdom Hearts 4. What clever foreshadowing!
Date, enemy at 4 o'clock. Next at 8 o'clock.
God, stop nagging me. Starting to think I'd be better off alone.
I am not enjoying being paired with you either.
I love that smile that says he loves being partnered with her. Also, don't complain, Date. Without your AI companion, you can't do those awesome no-look shots. Jen is an absolute unit.
Mr. Date, thank you.
Don't thank me. Just give me a porno mag. A porno mag? You don't have one on you?
No? Why would I?
Okay, Iba, do your thing. Beam some sexy stuff directly into my left eye. What was that for?
For making me want to kill you.
Don't just stand there, you perverted Kappa.
Hey, I'm not a Kappa.
But you don't deny the pervert part?
I mean, he is though. So, he's an honest pervert at least. Teamwork.
Leon!
Thanks, man.
More teamwork.
Throw it! Quick!
Even more teamwork.
What do you want me to do?
Terra kidnapped Kazuna to lure Date to the underground cathedral, and shit's getting real tense now. There's thermite surrounding everyone, so Ryuki is presented with a trolley problem. Does he let everyone die through inaction, or kill his beloved mentor to save everyone?
My name is Shake Sula, the mic ruler, the old schooler.
Damn, did not expect them to kill off everyone.
Ugh, just stop.
Mizuki! Mizuki! Are you okay?
And now we have the explanation on why Mizuki no longer has her left eye.
Why? How could this happen? Mr. Date. Mr. Date. I loved him.
Oh shit, they actually killed off Date!
No, they didn't, and you know that.
Way to ruin the mood, you ass. At the time, I did actually think that he died. The interesting thing about this particular route is it's only possible due to the branching timelines to know the answer, which should be impossible. In one timeline, Terra says his name is Dahlia. In another, it's Boat. Maybe Tokiko was onto something. Ryuki's Somnium at the beginning makes a hell of a lot more sense after going through the explosion route.
Listen, I'm glad you caught the burglar. But when they started crying, you bought them lunch and took them on a drive.
That sounds like something I do. And Ryuki and I do share a birthday. Maybe that's how Libras roll?
This metal pipe.
No doubt about it, that's mine. But why is it in Ryuki's memory?
Perhaps it left an impression? It is not every day you see an elementary schooler carrying around a metal pipe.
That is an excellent point.
Yeah! Now, even if you get attacked by tons of enemies with guns, you'll be fine.
That only works for you, Mizuki. You have cheats.
I know! Eat it! Put it in your belly!
Thanks for the food.
You actually ate it.
Eat it. Ugh, are you stupid?
You are. Hey, don't drink without my permission.
Yee! Alcohol is the best.
You get drunk so fast.
Aww, Don't yell at me! It looked so good.
That's a creepy way to cry.
Hey, Mizuki. Aren't you forgetting something?
Huh? Was it?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm your superior. You should be more respectful when talking to me.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Sir, yes, sir. Aye, aye, sir. I'll be careful, boss lady.
Grown-up Mizuki is even more hilarious than 12-year-old Mizuki. And somehow she's gotten sassier.
Who is this cutie? Her cuteness is gonna make my eyes pop out of their sockets.
Your eye is already popped out.
No one ever compliments me, so I had to do it myself.
That's kind of sad. I love that in VR, Aiba has a propeller on her head. Don't know why, but compared to Date and Ryuki getting around town in cars, Mizuki's scooter seems very silly.
Huh? What is it, Big Sis?
Well,
Oh, the wheelchair? You do not have to worry. I am used to it by now. As you know, the injury I received to my spine 6 years ago caused my legs to stop working. I have been in a wheelchair ever since. I will not be able to dance anymore, like I used to. Dancing was the one thing that freed my heart. No more.
Kazuma's paralysis has audibly affected her, and I have to applaud Amanda Lee for playing two different sides to the character. One bubbly and energetic, and the other very quiet and solemn.
But it would be inappropriate of me to complain. I was caught in an explosion, and yet I survived. It is a miracle that I am still alive. To not appreciate that fact would be a sin.
Kizzy is a great character just for this. She's clearly saddened by what she's lost, but is genuinely grateful for what she does have.
Wait, is it my fault?
What?
Do you not like being with me? Do you not like being seen with me?
Well, is that not how you feel about me?
The tragedy of these two is immense. Both feel like the other doesn't like being seen with them, and it does cause strife. Originally, I thought their side story wasn't that interesting when playing through Ryuki's path, but seeing everything play out the way it does made me glad the Ryuki route took the time to establish these two. Mizuki has just as much of a weeb pose as Ryuki when wink syncing, and I love it.
I know. Lian, you are only with me because you feel guilty. Your supposed feelings for me are just a farce. In truth, you feel nothing but guilt inside. Guilt for what happened 6 years ago. Needless to say, you did nothing wrong, Lian. But that is not how you see it. You believe it is your fault for how I ended up. That is why you stay by my side. I am just a burden. Please, just leave me. I do not want to be the reason you ruined your life.
Kizzy. She is assuming Lian's feelings come from a place of pity. What is it?
Can I wink sync into Lian too?
Consecutively? The battery usage is quite high. I could use a recharge. I have low power.
Come on, you can spare it.
Don't treat me like your allowance.
Can you please? I want to know Lian's true feelings.
I suppose. I will make an exception and use the emergency backup battery.
I'm sorry. Kizzy, I couldn't save you. I couldn't protect you. And because of that, you're... But that doesn't change how I feel about you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I don't care about appearances. I don't care what happens. You and I, forever. Forever. Eternally.
The even more tragic part is they do truly care for each other, but are too wrapped up in their own guilt and emotions, and can't really admit that to each other.
There's a picture of Ame no Uzume on display.
It's said that she danced with her bare breasts swinging about to entrance Amaterasu.
Aiba, you should try it.
Why would I do that?
No. I guess you don't have a whole lot to swing.
You don't either.
You!
Need a hand?
Maxed woman to the rescue.
I felt like it.
Who just feels like shooting at a high school girl?
I don't think the high school part is relevant.
I almost died.
No, that would be impossible. I shot you with rubber bullets. You didn't notice?
You mean...
I had no intention of killing you.
Then why did you shoot me?
Just trust me. I'm not your enemy.
That is confusing in the moment, but very accurate.
I received those wonderful slippers, but I cannot dance anymore. I am not worthy of him. I cannot be his princess.
Ugh, my heart. Not gonna lie, reading that Ota simp so hard for Iris that he's still a virgin is hilarious.
Mizuki. The family name was Okiura.
And the fucked up shit happening to Mizuki continues. I thought it was a funny throwaway joke from the first game, but nope! It's just tragedy. This was a twist that sent my jaw to the floor screaming, "What the fuck?" for like 30 minutes.
This is a Voch Locho.
A what?
A voice-changing lock choker. It's a necklace thing that can change your voice. If I wear this, I can have the perfect voice.
I don't want to know.
What is this?
As you can tell, his temperature is rising rapidly.
Oh no. I'm making him horny.
You don't have the sex appeal for that, Mizuki.
Oh, I am not gonna take that from you, Aiba.
You're only 18. What do you need more money for?
I've had my eye on a bunch of stuff.
Clothes, handbags, grenades, etc.
You know, all the things girls love. The hilarious factor ups when you see that she has rocket boosters attached to her scooter.
Mizuki, before you start, I'll say one thing.
I know. I can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes. I've heard it so many times I can hear it in my sleep.
The later you progress in Mizuki's route, the more hilariously meta the 6-minute warning gets. Aiba is Salt Bae.
You dare challenge me to a battle of culinary prowess? Pathetic.
Yes. I've created a monster! A cooking monster!
What, this? I got it in Bali. It says, Danger Zone!
Danger Zone!
That's certainly not what I was expecting to happen.
This does solve one big mystery.
What?
All of the victims of the HB case were cut at the molecular level. Those cuts were likely performed by this machine.
So this is some kind of slicer?
Exactly. Do you see that wire on top of the machine? That is CNT, a braided carbon nanotube. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it is not visible to the naked eye.
Having a carbon nanotube act as a slicer is a cool way of murdering people. Wait, that came out wrong.
What is it?
Oh, I was just thinking about something. Something Mom told me once.
You! I wish you had never been born!
I was thinking about that. Do you think she meant to say I wish we never adopted you?
I love Mizuki as a character. She floats the line between hard and badass and emotionally damaged so well. Props to her voice actress Karina Bediger for being able to play both sides of her perfectly.
What's wrong?
This is kind of embarrassing.
Just do it.
To Kizzy. I love you, Kizzy. I really, 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 really love you. When I first saw you, I seriously thought an angel descended from heaven. I was thunderstruck. At that moment, I decided to devote my life to you. The glass slippers that I put in the capsule are a symbol of my never-ending love for you. To me, 6 years in the future. I'll never forgive you if you make Kizzy cry. I'm gonna fly to you and punch her stupid face. Whatever happens, always be by her side. When she's struggling or in pain, support her with everything you got. Even if your feelings aren't reciprocated, make sure she's always smiling. Make sure you dedicate your life to her happiness. That is my request to you.
You're up next, Kizzy. Here.
But...
No buts. Read.
Fine. To me, 6 years from now, how do you truly feel toward him? I still do not know exactly how to feel about him, but no matter how I might feel in the future, the most important thing is to be true to yourself. It is not becoming of me to play games with a man's heart. If you think no, you need to tell him no. It would be better for him. But if you do have feelings for him, I'm sorry, Leon.
Sorry? Is that a rejection?
No, I meant about earlier. I took out my frustration on you, and I am sorry for that. I should not be placing my anger on people I care about. If it is acceptable to you, if you do not mind that I am the way I am, Leon, will you?
Kizzy, it's like I said before. 6 years have gone by, but my feelings haven't changed. My love is eternally undying.
I myself have changed.
What do you mean?
My feelings have changed over the last 6 years. Leon, I love you.
You know what? I love the sappy melodrama. I came for the murder, but I stayed for the wholesome love story. Seriously, I got way more invested in Kazuna and Leanne's love life than I thought I was going to.
There's a receptionist sitting behind the desk. There's a receptionist with huge breasts sitting behind the desk. A receptionist with huge breasts is sitting. The big titty receptionist. Big titty. Titty. There are big titties sitting behind the desk.
Are you malfunctioning?
Mizuki, look! It's a ceratocanthus! Yay! Go, ceratocanthus!
Aiba's adoration for bugs continues to be adorable.
What's something that hangs down the middle of a man? They come in different shapes and sizes, too. A necktie? I was talking about wieners. By the way, Mizuki, any boyfriends?
That came out of nowhere.
I was just hoping for an introduction, is all.
Unfortunately, not right now.
Not right now?
I go to an all-girls school. Finding a boyfriend there would be pretty difficult, wouldn't it?
Am I that mesmerizing? I suppose you just cannot help yourself. I am the cutest thing in the world.
I'm cuter.
Is something wrong with your eyes?
Oh, self-deprecating now?
Got him!
Masked woman to the rescue!
Aiba! Allow me to assist.
Teamwork. More teamwork.
Shall I give you the usual warning?
Skip it.
Mizuki speaks for the player who's heard the 6-minute warning a lot, especially after playing both games.
This place is... What? What is this?
The first time Iba doesn't mess around insomnia, we get this horrifying nonsense.
Why are you running from me? All I want to do is break your bones. It's an important test. We can discover how quickly you can heal.
See, I always knew Chikara was a piece of shit, but I was not ready for everything that gets unpacked in the Somnium. He's legitimately as gross as Hojo, and that takes some effort.
What's the win for then?
Good characterization, I guess?
Iba, you and your A-cup should fit in there just fine.
You think these are A-cups? I have more of a chest than you do.
What? You need to check your math on that.
I did.
This is exciting! You're next.
That's the most horrifying game over I've ever received.
Could that be the rocket?
Maybe it would fly if it had a little brown alien in a basket.
E.T. reference.
What is this?
It's Valentine's Day, so...
This doesn't mean anything. You can't get on my good side with this.
He seems really happy about this.
This is too easy.
That was the day Mizuki learned manipulating men is super easy.
How do you think you're gonna get out of this?
I told you. Everyone has their role to play.
What? Ryuki? Why?
Ryuki, you backstabbing bitch!
By using this, I can access the magic system. When I have access, I can delete all the information on this AI ball.
What?
The backup data and storage, all the pieces uploaded to the global cloud. Even the core program that makes up her personality. Everything. In other words, I can make her completely disappear.
I mean, it is a decent enough reason, but still, not cool, man.
Still here, as expected.
This brings back fun memories.
I never thought I'd see you there, Iba.
She is much more comfortable than you, Date. Though her chest size does leave much to be desired. Mizuki, biological response behind us.
You!
Nice to meet you. I am the president of the Japanese Nizatlaws branch, Tokiko Shigure.
This throws a lot into question since we for sure found her dead recently. All I'll say is for now, it's a decent twist.
You're... Jin Furaway.
That is a hell of a twist. But wait, there's more. Same as with the first game, you get locked out of certain sections of the story. I only really experienced it here, but it's still a good way to make sure you see every bit of the story.
Everything's screwed up, man. Why'd it come to this?
You'll drive yourself crazy thinking about it. Sometimes the world is just unfair. No matter how hard you try to change, doesn't mean you'll be accepted. That's just life. But there is hope. At the very least, I'm grateful that you and Mr. Date are my friends.
Kenny? You're my best friend, Kenny. And I'm pretty sure Date thinks so too. Let me know if you ever need anything. I'll help you out.
Thanks. Now eat this while it's still hot.
Okay. Thanks for the food.
It's a good thing he has such good friends.
Agreed.
Who is this?
He is someone that makes the plot super confusing.
I've been buddies with Kenny for a long time. I can't narc on my bro. That would make me a total scumbag. Why would I do that?
Okay, but like, corpse, man.
Leon is a himbo. You can't expect a lot from him.
What are you, dumb?
Why is that a dumb question?
If Kenny did this, why would he show me the body? And it's not like he killed me or anything after.
That is a fair point.
He has his moments, though.
Why didn't Genny call the police?
I don't know what the hell happened to Mizuki's hair, but the rule is if it's glitchy and funny, it's a win.
Mizuki, let's move. SAT is on their way here.
What? Why the SAT?
I believe Boss called them. She was monitoring the Somnium earlier.
So Boss knows there's a corpse here.
Right.
But why would she call the SAT?
Even if Gen was the killer, Boss calling in special forces on both Gen and Mizuki seems like a stretch to me. This whole route is weird in general, but this decision makes no sense to me. The finale of the route ends in Gen dying after expressing he loves Mame, but it feels so forced with the SAT showing up and gunning him down, unlike the Komeiji and Shoma route, which has genuine character moments and payoffs.
Mizuki, now! Shoot it with scattershot!
Porno Mag Power!
God damn it, I love this series.
There's so many questions I need answered. I won't let you leave until I have them.
What if I want to use the bathroom?
You can't just do that here?
What if it's number 2?
Then I'll feed it to you.
The day of the explosion at the cathedral, I was captured by terror.
What? Were you okay?
If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here now. When I came to, I didn't know where I was. I don't know why terror captured me. I wasn't sure if he was going to torture me for information and confidential police secrets, or maybe he just wanted someone to play backgammon with. Anyway, I was held there for a whole day. Then, a white snake slithered into the room. When I saw that, I felt my power churning inside of me. And that's how I was able to break out of the room I was being held in.
Wait. What's this about a snake?
Oh, the snake? I'll tell you about it some other time.
Stuff like this is why the different routes and timelines are great. We know the story, but Date hasn't told Mizuki yet, even though he did. I swear it makes sense. This is another one of the things you understand more as you go through the additional routes. The first time we were met with this password screen, we had no idea, but by visiting the end of Mizuki's route, the answer was provided. Definitely digging the parallel universes that both games have presented.
He is currently 18 years old, the sole success of Chikara's experiments.
Scientifically, what Chikara discovered was amazing, but morally it's horrifying. He's doomed Shoma to wander forever with the body of a 12-year-old.
Can we talk about something?
Wasn't this room made for that? Or is this a karaoke room?
The internet thinks it might have to do with something called the nirvanA initiative.
Nice.
I was also a result of genome experiments. Though I was experimented on when I was still an embryo.
I see.
You don't seem surprised.
I know about your superhuman strength, Mizuki. If anything, I was kind of expecting it.
I wasn't. The dolphin thing seemed more legit. And less heartbreaking.
If only we knew someone good at lockpicking.
Joe Valentine?
I know! Lian!
Ah, okay. That works too, I guess.
Damn, Mizuki, you can be pretty ruthless. I know it's for the investigation, but you detained your friend who was just dumped.
Boss just likes to rub salt in the wound, and I find that hilarious.
Mizuki, I'm sure you already know this.
Right. No more than an hour of sinking at a time.
Okay, maybe you don't already know.
Lian, are you trying to make me cheer you up?
What?
You probably want me to say, "It's okay, Lian. Kizuna loves you too." If so, you truly are a weak man.
Hey, Aiba.
No, let me talk. Lian, you believe you failed? You believe you couldn't protect the person most precious to you? Then you try again. You protect her again. You keep trying until the day you die. You're not worthy of Kizuna? Then become a man worthy of her. If you are going to pity yourself and give up your dreams at the slightest obstacle, then I suppose you really don't care about your life or Kizuna's.
That's not...
The last key is inside you. I am not going to open it. It has to be you.
It's tough, love, but that's a hell of a pep talk.
Even if you can't walk or dance, I will become your wings! I was born to protect you. I'm sure of it! And no matter what hardships lie ahead, I will protect our bond. I will protect you for all eternity!
Lian reaffirming his feelings for Kizuna via his somnium is sweet, especially since we know these are his true, unfiltered thoughts.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was getting really annoying, so...
What? Do you smash apart Rubik's Cubes to rearrange the colors?
Whatever, it worked, didn't it?
Escape room operators would hate you.
When I first heard his idea, I was mortified and angry. His plan was this: kidnap a child with DNA as close as possible to Jin's, and transplant their organs as needed. The very idea made me tremble with fear and trepidation. But thinking about my son, I reluctantly agreed.
Chikara is even more sicker than we thought, especially preying on Tokiko's maternal instincts, which led to the ruin of someone's life.
The transplants happened for years, more than a decade. From Uru's right half to Jin's right half. And ultimately, the right half of his face as well. All the while, Uru was under Chikara's complete control. He was held captive in the basement of the Institute, like an animal raised solely to be Jin's donor.
Seriously, it is sickening how awful Uru had it, and how much of a monster Chikara is.
Uru desired my love and attention. He looked up to me, even though he knew I was one of his kidnappers. I told him about the teachings of knives. This world is not real, and therefore, your pain is not real either. That is what I bestowed upon him. His eyes sparkled with intensity as he listened. He wanted to be useful to me one day, so he began studying.
Tokiko is no less monstrous, feeding him lies and mentally manipulating him. Even if it's beliefs she believes in, it's no less indoctrination. Seriously though, can you blame the guy for being messed up in the head?
I understand you are confused, so allow me to condense the information. After the transplant, Jin looked like this.
The right half of his face was Uru's. The left half was the original.
Untouched to preserve the percent mark.
What happened to Uru after he lost the right side of his face?
The part of his face that he lost was then covered by a chitinous material, a synthetic skin.
Artificial skin?
Correct. The corpse is Uru Somizuki.
How can that be?
Technically, half of Uru Somizuki.
Where is the other half?
You already know.
The left half of the corpse at the stadium on the 10th. That was Uru too?
Yes. And of course, 6 years ago on February 10th, the body found at Devaita was Jin Furue's right half. So, this and this are two different people.
That's a hell of a lot of information to take in. It's wild to think that the two identical halves were from different people due to the fucked up nature of Chikara's experiments.
Start the music!
Aw, they're so sweet. Since Kazuna can't walk anymore, Lien just scoops her up and dances with her.
They vanished!
The bastards are using stealth camo to ambush you.
The mysterious woman is badass. Badass teamwork.
So, what's going on here?
Yeah, I'd say that's warranted a few questions.
Hold on. I'm trying to process this.
Samesies.
It's such a bizarre case, the HB serial killings. That being said, the facts are fairly straightforward. Pointing out a culprit can't be too hard. Do you already know?
At this point, we are talking to Mama directly, as the player. It's an odd choice, but at this point, nothing surprises me.
Right. In other words, it's not like that. It's like this. This is the timeline that you actually experienced.
While I'm not a huge fan of the twist this time around, it is pretty clever. Also, tying into the story significance, the timeline looks like a strand of DNA.
So, that makes us sisters? We're not the same age, but we're like identical twins. We have almost the same genes. That's crazy. I'm a copy of you. Don't say it like that. But I'm your clone, right? Technically, yes. But our DNA isn't exactly the same.
It's an interesting twist, but I actually like this one. In one timeline, we played as the older Mizuki, and the other was the one we know and love.
It's too convenient they wore the same outfit and have the same gear.
Yeah, can't really overlook that.
You said something about an eccentric woman? Yeah, I was adopted by her. Do you mean Shizue Kuranushi. Boss. Which is why my name is Mizuki Kuranushi now.
All those times Boss mentioned her daughter, she was actually talking about the other Mizuki. You know, in hindsight, that makes a lot of sense.
Mizuki? I'm home.
Welcome back, Date.
Call back to the Mizuki route of the first game.
I threw away all your porno mags.
This has been eating at Ryuki for the past 6 years. He regretted what he did and blamed himself. He betrayed Date and shot Mizuki Kuranushi with stun bullets. And what happened to Mizuki, Date, and Kizuna on top of that? Yeah, Terror detonated the bomb, but it was Ryuki who told Date about this place. If he never did, Kizuna and Mizuki wouldn't have been hurt. That's what's been plaguing him. He started drinking, which made the whole thing worse.
After Ryuki's betrayal and this specific information, his actions make a lot more sense.
Do you hate Ryuki? Of course I do. I want to shove a pipe in his mouth and stir up his organs.
That sounds immensely unpleasant.
Ryuki, you made a mistake. But lying around here in all your misery isn't gonna fix anything. If you really regret what you did, solve this case. That's the only way to atone. Ryuki, I remember one night we went out drinking. You told me about your little brother. You always talk about him when you drink. You made him a promise, right? You said, I'll become a hero of justice. If I've fallen, I just need to get back up again. You used to say it all the time. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. As long as you have a body to do it, you climb back up again. Come on, Ryuki. Climb above the debris. It doesn't matter if you're pitiful. It doesn't matter if you show vulnerability. You struggle, you crawl, and you make it back to the top. That's what we do. That's what makes us human.
That's a hell of a pep talk.
I think I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna shoot the rocket somewhere.
With TC Purge on the warhead.
The rocket will explode.
And the virus will spread?
Complete global saturation.
I understand. I'll tell you the truth.
Big sis!
Amame!
The corpse in the freezer at Brahmin. I'm the reason it's there. It's my fault.
I genuinely did not see that coming. I won't say it's the most satisfying conclusion, but it does mean Amame got her revenge for Terror killing her father.
I'm sure you already know this, but the time limit inside Somnium is...
Oh my god, alright already. If you say it one more time, I'm gonna sock you.
There's a rumor that if you go to the old school building, 3rd floor, and push the toilet handle up, down, left, right, down, Hanako appears.
Hanako?
Hanako is a reference to the Japanese urban legend of a girl who haunts a toilet. Amame is obsessed with things to do with the occult, so it's no surprise she shows up in her somnium. This section of Amame's somnium has her reflecting on her previous life decisions and wondering if what she chose each time was the right thing. I like this because it shows her tormented introspection, showing just how deep her character really is.
I saw everything that you did. If you don't want me to reveal what I know, do as I say.
What are you going to make me do?
On the night of the 12th, I will use the slicer to take my own life.
What?
No.
Tokiko killed herself?
Afterward, I want you to take my right half to the president's office. Leave my body on the desk.
Tokiko is dedicated to the teachings of Nais. To such an extreme level, she's willing to sacrifice herself for what she believes is the greater good. Tokiko is definitely one of the better written villains I've seen in some time.
I'm going to make you suffer the same pain.
Regardless of the motive, Amame committed a serious crime. That cannot be overlooked.
While it's satisfying Amame got her revenge, it's not satisfying in the way that we stopped Saito. I can't pin down exactly what feels off about it, maybe because it's basically off-screen and we didn't get to bring him in. But positive side of that is he can't hurt anyone anymore. Using clues from where the bodies were found, you have to pinpoint where the nirvanA initiative will take place, and I love that bit of detective work needed for this.
I predicted it was going to happen, so I prepared a few videos. Now watching one of them. If this version is being used, probably means that I'm no longer alive.
Foresight? Mizuki is a badass.
Mizuki, you're stronger than all of us. You can take care of yourself.
Are you gonna go help Date?
Without me, he's ineffective. He needs me. Or else...
Got it. Leave this to me.
That counts as a pep talk, right?
Not really.
I'm counting it as one anyway.
Ah, it is so nice to be home.
Why'd you come back?
To retrieve my stamp collection. I do not want to have to start over.
I love the crow hop Mizuki does before hitting that guy as a home run. Which is also appropriate since they are in a sports stadium.
It's not a baseball stadium, though.
Close enough.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Kept you waiting, huh?
We only got through the barricade with...
Yahoo!
You guys, you're here too?
Hell yeah, friendship win.
Kizzy, what is that?
I just found it. Is that Moma's?
Maybe.
Well, who cares where it came from? Do it, Kizzy! Okay, here I go. Come get some, motherfuckers!
I have no words for how amazing this is. This series is so goddamn stupid, and I love it.
Thanks, Mizuki. Same to you.
Also, I should have mentioned this way before, but I love how Karina Bediger portrays both Mizuki and Bibi with different inflections, helping make the characters more than just clones of each other, but their own individual people.
But her lawyer said that, due to the circumstances, her sentence might not be too long.
The person that Amame killed was trying to brainwash all of mankind. Some people even think she's a hero.
That's actually fair. Sure, she did overkill by bifurcating him, but she did also help stop him from causing further harm.
Maybe Dad is out there somewhere, in another universe.
Yeah, that's what I think. Andy's Kumeiji lives on happily somewhere.
Thanks to our knowledge as the Freyer, we actually know that to be true. Shame this couldn't be that reality.
Look, Mizuki! I finally have an orichalcum trident!
Thanks for your business.
Oh, right. you own this place.
Thanks, chump.
Don't you do like a friend discount?
Nope.
Ah, sweet justice.
Screw it. This is my last chance. I want some more screen time.
What are you talking about?
Mom! Mom, are you watching? Look at me!
Maybe she's contracted TC Purge.
This hilarious breaking of the fourth wall is great.
I will tell you a number. It is a crucial figure that can create a scene in this false world. It is called the nil number. Are you prepared? Please take note of it. And now, I will look forward to the day we meet again. But I am not talking about them, of course. Ryuki? No, not Ryuki either. But you. The one listening to me now. Yes, the Freyer. You.
This is one of those funny moments that just breaks the game. It's actually cool that it really leans into the multiple timelines that's been established so far, but more on that in Warp and Weft. Once again, the game ends on a dance number, and that's a win, damn it!
Ouch! God damn it. What the hell?
Ha! That reaction from Aiba is priceless.
You are going to participate in a game. The memory game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
After beating the main game, you can unlock a level inspired by Zero Escape, another series of the creator, Kotaro Uchikoshi.
Are you perhaps a Freyer?
Freyer?
I am asking the person within you.
What?
I will ask you one more time. Are you a Freyer?
Hey, Ryuki.
As I thought. Then you've realized this world is fictional. Am I correct?
Ryuki, what's gotten into you?
Then please tell me the nil number. If you truly are a Freyer, you should know it.
This odd interaction makes just a bit more sense now that we've passed through the whole game, realizing that we, the player, are the Freyer. It still doesn't make a ton of sense, but from a storytelling standpoint, unlocking an alternate end by these means is a neat idea.
Thank you. Why are you surprised? I didn't die. Let me show you the real world. I am this space.
I immediately regret this.
You must already realize that you have transcended the logic of causality. How did you know about the nil number? My hologram only discusses that fact 6 years into the future, and it is not Ryuki who will be told. The two Mizukis. We will tell them the nil number. But for some reason, you already knew. Why is that? Can you explain?
I think the most fucked up thing about this ending is that, well, Tokiko is right. Everything around them is fiction. Nothing is real. I'm gonna move on to the next one so my brain doesn't melt into an existential crisis.
What, is the cold getting to your brain or something? You solved the HB case 6 years ago. You found Terror, Urusomizuki, in the basement of Horodori Institute. I bet he's in his holding cell right now, cursing your name. The case is still in the courts, but there's no doubt he's gonna get hit hard with the sentencing. No one but him knows the whole story. But he definitely cut Jin and Chikara in half.
The broken timeline is the best timeline. That was unexpected.
Ryuki, in this timeline, Amame didn't kill anyone. As you saw earlier, Komeiji is alive and well. There is no reason for Amame to kill Terror. Not to mention Terror himself, Urusomizuki, has been in prison for the last 6 years.
Seriously? This is the best timeline, and it's only achieved by proving Nai's teachings correct. Ugh, my head hurts. I'm gonna go lie down.
This timeline then obviously never happened.
So, I was supposed to have this out well over a year ago, but life happened and, well, you know. At any rate, it's here now, and what a game it was. The story is interesting, but I don't think it's executed as well as the first game. The timeline being kerfuffled does explain Mame and Ryuki's differing attitudes. It's just odd there's not any real hints to what's going on. The new detective feels like they wanted to add somebody in, but he feels like he should have had a bigger role since he doesn't. And he's wasted. The original characters also felt wasted. Like, they were only put in for fan service rather than keeping the story cohesive. I did mention Terror's death was anticlimactic. It just felt like any moment he was gonna pop up and it would be revealed that he wasn't actually dead the whole time. Nothing in the story is bad, I just didn't like the timeline twist as well as the body swapping twist from the first game. It's still very solid and as fun to play as the first. The music is, again, fantastic and varied. Keisuke Ito did a fantastic job making these tracks just as much of earworms as the first go-round. And again, it's awesome that I can know exactly where I am just by listening to the music. Some of the Somnium puzzles were way too obtuse. I'm really not a fan of typing in an answer either. I personally have a problem with things like that, but that might just be a me problem. For some of the more obtuse puzzles, a visual guide would be helpful, like the intersecting arrows with letters. It was a pain to have to close out the puzzle and open up your notes instead of making a way to view both at the same time. Other than that, it's the same visual novel gameplay as before, and it works well. Just as with the last time, I love the cel-shaded look for the anime-styled games, and I love how everyone is varied enough that's easy to tell them apart. I especially love the differences between the characters from 6 years ago and the characters from present day. In closing, while I didn't like nirvanA Initiative as much as the first, it was still a fun ride, and I look forward to the next game. Thank you for watching, and try not to die out there.
Hey, Tama. Is it really okay to leave things like this?
What do you mean? Komeiji is alive, Kizuna still has her legs. Mommy didn't kill anyone, and she's living her best life. Isn't this the ultimate happy ending?
Yeah, that's all true, but...
The boundary that divides the real and unreal is ambiguous. It's all like a butterfly dream. Perhaps you are that butterfly, fluttering as the wind carries you through the air.
Were you killed? Sadly, yes. But I lived.